Welcome to Superchat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. The very first channel that I've got on the screen today is somebody who... I've got the wrong channel, first of all. We'll get that fixed. Somebody who's fairly new in the Superchat channel, and actually somebody that I'm still getting to know. Let me get the right Create and Relate. There they are, right there. Create and Relate with 93 subscribers. We'd love to push them towards the first 100. We know it's an exciting and important milestone in everybody's YouTube journey. But they are somebody who's been with us for just about every stream since finding us just a few short weeks ago. And you know, we're always happy to have brand new channels in the Superchat live streams. We have somebody brand new, at least one channel, if not a few, every single day, as a matter of fact. And that's been going on for over 4 years now. But it's great when we start to see creators come in that end up staying, especially coming in frequently, meeting lots of friends, and engaging conversation in the chat. So I wanted to introduce this channel to everyone, even though, like I said, I'm still getting to know them. And when we look at Create and Relate, I'm just going to read from Stacy's About section here, where they talk about the idea of bringing us products, unboxings, do-it-yourself makeovers, and then some arts and crafts as well. You see they got a brand new video. They put this out yesterday, so I'll put that into my catch-up list. That's a playlist I use to keep caught up with creators, and playlists can be a great tool for that. I did watch this particular video, and I talked about it quite a bit the other day because we often have a lot of digital equipment, right, and hard drives and SD cards and things like that, and it's great to protect that stuff. We don't want any of that stuff to get damaged. I've been very lucky over a lifetime only to have destroyed one hard drive. Two, actually. One fell off a desk, but I hadn't used it yet, so that was a waste of money. And then one that had some data on it, but I can live without it. But that's just an example. They've got quite a bit of gear here, and it looks like most of it, if not all of it, is quite affordable stuff as well. We don't have to blow our budgets when it comes to the idea of equipment, especially starting a YouTube channel. And I can tell you some of the best performing videos that I've made even today that still get views were filmed with an iPhone 4S. That feels like 100 years ago now, but it was a while. And then, yeah, Ship to Shore, Cruise News. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in for the first time. Bullets and Barbecue, I feel like you were here once before, but forgive me if I'm mistaken. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. Just Jason Keto and more is in the house. I'm going to get them onto the wheel. They happen to be a member and a moderator here. And I'll talk about some more introductions in a second. I'm just looking over the shorts here on Create and Relate. I see they've gotten into 1,300 views and beyond, which is great to see. So I hope everybody will connect to this obviously generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And we'll move on right away to First Floor Audio. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. Bella's Whisper Farmstead, yeah, Note 9, I forget how, those are fairly new, aren't they? I forget what number Galaxy Note is up to from Samsung. I typically use iPhone and always have. Occasionally now I will stream with a Samsung 24, S24, whatever it's called. I barely use it, actually. And then First Floor Audio and Leonica are both dropping super chats here. So I really do appreciate that extra generous support. They've both done that countless times before. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. We'll get back to spinning the wheel in another few moments. But I see we got quite a few creators in the chat. I think for the first time in a long time, the 30-minute notifications have been working. And I have to wonder to myself, even after all these years of experience and all these live streams, we're literally on episode 789 now. We still learn every day. And I wonder if it's because I had posted these live streams a little bit farther in advance this week than I sometimes otherwise have. And what I mean by that is, for a while we weren't posting in advance. For a few months I was just doing these as almost pop-ups. And lately I've been posting in advance again. You can usually check the Tuber Chat front page and find out when the next stream's coming up in a day or two. And it seems to be that that's the case, because the only thing I can think of that would make the 30-minute notifications work today when they haven't worked in the last, I don't know, feels like a month almost, right? So thank you everybody for coming in early. Now, Scratch and PPA and Michael's Adventures, our beloved and dedicated moderators, they're at the top of the wheel, of course, along with Just Jason Keto and more in the Stock Explorer. I also see the Butler Family Farm and Home Bartending with John were early in the door, rushing the mountain, and Handicapped Travelers are also here with Rainy Ridge. They're all on the wheel because we always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. Over the course of the stream, I'll spin the wheel. This is how we determine who goes up on the screen next, and in the next 3 hours I will continue to add names to the wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream. Our instructions are always in our video description, so anybody can reference those anytime, and when I make any kind of changes I update that. I also see Bella's Whisper Farmstead, of course, PK Travel Adventures, and Matthew's Bushcraft from the Big Family Adventure is here. Moments of Willpower, good to see you in the house. They've been with us before, several times, I think. And then Fever Dream Animation is posting every single day. Lady Luck is here, and New Horizons Above and Beyond is in the house. And Ship to Shore Cruise News is somebody I met literally just this morning. So it's good to have you in the house today, and hopefully you're already making friends. When we look at First Floor Audio, we see Lee from the UK. And this creator is a talented singer-songwriter, producer, and performer, mostly with an 80s theme. I've caught him for a lot of different things on his channel. What you'll notice in his videos is he's put all of his original works as individual videos that we can enjoy on his front page. So I'll grab another one here. When somebody has an official artist channel, or if somebody is a musician like Lee here, they might put out an entire album of contents all at the same time. So you can see this, I think 15 tracks all at once here, another 15 a couple weeks before, something like that, which tells me that it's an entire album, and it all goes up all at once, which is really cool. So hopefully everybody will check these out. I'm just going to grab one of his videos that I haven't gone through yet, and I'll put that in my catch-up list. And then First Floor Audio's got some shorts here. These are meant just to promote the live streams, but this creator streams several times a week, and they often have StreamYard panelists that come and join them, but Lee will either be producing or performing or both at the same time. Like I said, mostly with an 80s theme. I had said for like months, if not a couple years already, that I've caught him for lots of performances, lots of compilations, but I've caught him for some 80s themed streams. However, this creator is primarily 80s themed, if I understand right. So hopefully everybody will check that out. Lee's been a dear friend for a long time, obviously an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. He's working on 1,500 subscribers and is monetized. Lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Sazzy's Way, good to see you in the house again. And Official 1SP is with us. Good to have you here. And thank you again, First Floor Audio, for that super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated always. Leonica dropped another one as well, and they've both done that before. And like I keep saying, we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen. As soon as those things happen, I'll get back to spinning the wheel like we usually do in another moment. And then Driving Daily, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. We'll look at Leonica in a second here. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And then when we look at Leonica, we see a lot of motivation and inspiration. She lets us know in our About section she's going to get into some gaming reviews, online shopping, as well as some entertainment to go along with that inspiration and motivation. Just a few videos here so far. Shorts, I think she's posted a few more shorts lately. These have gotten into 1,900 views and beyond. Yeah, she's got a few newer ones. And then live stream. She's live frequently. It looks like she's aiming for at least once a week, and I've caught her many times before. Hopefully I'll catch you for another one of these. 1,600 subscribers right now. She's working on 1,700, and Leonica obviously is another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, so I hope everybody will connect with her, and we'll spin the wheel. It looks like we're going to move a little bit faster than usual today, which is great. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And then Rushing Wind Mountain is Ruby. This is a creator that's referenced by name in the chat often. They have been here for just about every stream we've done, and they've been with us for years. So we're talking hundreds of times. If you can imagine, you'll hear stories about creators that support in that way. Now, I know not everybody can be here every day, and I know not everybody can be here for 3 hours every time we stream. So I do appreciate every moment that everybody can spend, but I also like to recognize when we have creators that go over and above when it comes to the idea of supporting frequently. So Rushing Wind Mountain has been that kind of friend for a long time. I'm just going to grab one of her latest videos. I'll put this into my catch-up list, and that will give me a chance to catch up a little bit. Lots of Christmas lights. A few people this year have mentioned the idea that they really like, one of the biggest things that they like about Christmas itself is Christmas lights. I know not everybody celebrates Christmas, but for anybody that does, or anybody who at least enjoys seeing the decorations and the celebrations and things like that, there's lots of that stuff out there right now. What Rushing Wind Mountain does in the Pacific Northwest is brings us a mix of nature and wildlife, sometimes almost in the ballpark of an ASMR type video, and they do that with streaming as well, where they've got pleasing audio and pleasing visuals for us to enjoy together. Then they get into shorts. This is where we find more wildlife and a few humorous moments if you go through these, getting into 11,000, 12,000, and 16,000 views. Then live streams on the channel as well. So they've experimented both with the horizontal and vertical and found some success with both, actually getting pushed out a bit by the YouTube algorithm. They're monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. So I hope everybody will connect with Rushing Wind Mountain and push them a little bit farther towards their 13,000 they're going to be thinking about now. Six Bows is back. Good to see you in the house. I was hanging out with her yesterday in a live stream for quite a while, actually. Jesse Miller Unboxings and More is in the house, another friend of about 4 years. I feel like I've missed another channel coming in, and I certainly don't mean to. Yes, my dear friend Hugo Homestead, another creator who's been with us for a few years. And then let's spin the wheel. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. And Michael's Adventures is coming up right now. It's quite a popular name for a channel, but you'll find ours right away by matching that avatar. One of the things we always do is search, find, and click on each other's names. You're really doing a great service for all of our friends. Like, for every channel is benefiting from that. The channels that need our help the most are the ones who are hardest to find, obviously, but the more we search, find, and click on everybody's channel names, the more they'll rise up the search results, and then YouTube will do a better job of predicting eventually when people are looking for our particular channel. So Michael's Adventures is not too difficult to find, but we just want to make sure we go through the search results. It comes up for me right away with content. your search results will be different than mine because some of it is based on geographics. YouTube's always trying to determine what we might be looking for. Lady Luck, thank you for that membership. I really do appreciate that. I've got you on our wheel now. We always add members onto the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. And I noticed Nez Lover has come in, so I've got that on the wheel as well. So, Ship to Shore Cruise News, thank you for asking. We don't share links in this stream or these streams, just for a couple of different, probably obvious reasons. But one of them is because searching, finding, and clicking will really help each creator. And the focus here, of course, is on doing as much as we can for each other so that we can help each other's channels in every way possible. That includes searching, finding, clicking, heading to somebody's channel, watching a full video of at least 3 minutes long, leaving a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of the video. I recommend 3 or 4 sentences so you don't get stuck in the held for review section, and creators can find your comment easily, and then they can click right over to your channel and get back to you. Michael's Adventures up on the screen right now is a beloved and dedicated moderator. Every moderator on this channel is a longtime friend of mine, but they're all dear friends of each other. They all have different channels and they all do different things. One of the things they all have in common is an overwhelming sense of generosity, and for that reason, when you visit any of their channels for premieres or live streams, you'll be welcome to meet more friends and family members for your own channel, the same way we do here in Superchat. This whole week, I gotta tell you, I don't know what is going on with me. I usually am up before my alarm, and I'm lucky enough to keep an alarm later than most at 8 a.m. And I tried a couple of weeks ago to set it back to 7 o'clock. I wanted to try to get up a little bit earlier. And all this week I've been up after 9 o'clock. So I keep missing Michael's Adventures premieres all week. He's on every single day at 9 a.m. Eastern. But hopefully I'll catch him again, maybe even as early as tomorrow morning. This creator premieres every single day, sometimes more than once a day. What you're going to find here more than anything is wildlife. He has raccoons, foxes, deer, opossums, a lot of bird watching on the channel, and a little bit of variety. Sometimes he takes us outdoors for a walk around his area or even a drive along for a video with a story to be told. He's got some slot gameplay on a phone over here, and we see that in the shorts videos on the channel as well, where he's gotten into some lottery ticket scratching, a little bit of outdoor content, and again, that slot game there. He's monetized, lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get there, and he's working now on 1,600 subscribers. You'll notice he posts an abundant amount of content, as you can see. I thought he was the channel that has the highest number of videos in the Superchat family, but I'm mistaken. We saw one the other day that had, I can't remember if it was 6,000 or 7,000 or something like that, but Michael's Adventures has got almost 4,000, and that's just between videos and shorts, so you get an idea of how passionate this creator is about posting, let's say. So hopefully everybody will connect with him, and let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into TuberChat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. And Stephanie Groves, the Groves Bargain Emporium, is in the house. Thank you for coming in. I got you on the wheel now. Whistle Stop Homestead is here. They've been making frequent appearances. And Handicapped Traveler is here with us for just about every stream lately. They're actually longtime friends, and they're working on 1,400 subscribers right now. There's a bit of variety here, but they're typically bringing us travel from a certain perspective, and you'll get that idea when you get to their About page and see what the channel's really about. I see they got a premiere coming up, and that's actually going to be tomorrow, so we'll be looking forward to that. I'm going to set a notification for this. We always set notifications for everything we see, premieres and live streams, even though we have the notification bell on for every every channel. That's just in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as possible as well. Some cooking videos here, those are becoming even more frequent. Lots of outdoor content as well, in between the travel talk and a chance to get to know the creators here. Some interesting winter weather there, getting into 1,700 and 2,600 views on some of the shorts here, and then live streams as well. So they got one set up, oh, for Christmas Day. Yes, of course. So I've got a notification on for that. Hopefully I'll catch you. I do a lot of family stuff and a bit of running around on Christmas, actually. But I should be by a computer, or at least close to one, most of the time. So hopefully I'll catch you for that. Handicapped Travelers working on 1,400 subscribers. Hopefully everybody will catch them for that. And like I said, about once a month or so, they give us an opportunity to get to know them and hang out. And then Super Rainbow Queen, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. And my dear goodness, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. We'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go, and what we're going to do right now is take a break for about 3.5 minutes. Right before we do that, I'm going to play for you a clip from an interview series that we have on the Superchat channel now as videos. They are listed in a playlist and as a podcast. These are conversations that go on anywhere from an hour to 2 hours long. The featured creators have all been longtime friends of ours here in the Superchat family. Each one of them has long passed their 10,000 subscribers. We've had a friendship that's gone on beyond 3 years now. I think we're actually getting a lot closer to 4. And I appreciate your friendship, Lou, of course. But I remember very clearly, I won't forget this, a conversation that we had. You were talking to me about how to grow over the course of all this time. And you mentioned the idea of coming into live streams in the chat, hanging out and having true conversation with people so that you can really get to know people and get known as well.
Yeah, that was way back. Looking back, what I went from 0 to 1,000 to 4,000 overnight, and the 0 to I think it was 82 was a completely different crowd than the 3,000 to 4,000 crowd.
Right.
And in the live stream, the people that are in when you're at the 4,000, when you're at 4,000 subscribers, aren't the people that you started with.
Okay.
And coming into a live stream, especially a live stream like mine, it's important to recognize the situation. There's a very good chance everybody knows that you're going to have a channel. You don't have to tell them. They can click on your name and look it up. There's a pretty good chance that everybody is going to welcome you if you come in with just a hello. For us, it's an aloha, but just a hello. How are things going? I had a double cheeseburger today, and start or jump into a conversation like that. Instead of just coming in and self-promoting or telling people another channel that you came from, or instinctively trying to drop a link because you're desperate to grow your channel, you'll grow if there's 3 people in that live stream and you sit with them for 30 minutes and just talk about what you did the last weekend, there's a good chance you're going to get into the conversation that you have a channel, or they're already looking at your channel and we'll bring it up and you'll get a subscriber without even trying. Less is more in a live stream. Blasting and marketing yourself in another person's live stream get you nowhere. And my live stream is loaded with moderators and tools. I have a team. I have a Monday meeting. Every Monday, a meeting with all my moderators. I have 11 of them. They all do different things. One is engaged in community safety and preparation. One is involved in making sure my content and links get out. Another one is in safety and security. Another one is just a meet and greeter. Everybody has a role to play. So coming into a live stream like mine, and I'm not the only one, coming into a live stream like mine and just blasting where you're from, as where you came from as another channel, or self-promoting, it won't last. So be friendly. I mean, it's a good spot to just say, hey, I went to the river last week and went fishing. It's a great spot to be able to do that. You'll make more friends that way faster.
All right, we're just about back. We're going to look at Just Jason Keto and More's channel. A couple things happened while we were away, though. First of all, I see Movie Tune Studio. Good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. I'm sure I am, but correct me if I'm wrong, if you don't mind, and I'll appreciate that. Gamer World YT. Yeah, you're going to find, of course, this live stream is all positive. Everybody's encouraging each other and friendly and things like that. But almost every channel that you find that comes through here will also have 99% positivity in their live chats as well. None of us can avoid trolling and stuff like that forever. But the other thing, too, is that sometimes you get channels that specifically do either politically charged content or, criminal reactions and things like that. You might get a lot of like wars in the chat over that kind of thing and this and that. We all just have to decide what we want for our channel. But yeah, as you make friends here, you'll find even your own chats will become even more positive, hopefully, as time goes on. And I'll be looking forward to checking out your channel. I had a quick look in the background. I think you got 345 subscribers, something like this, right? And then Just Jason Keto and More is up on the screen. Movie Tune Studio, yes, we're absolutely happy to have you here. Face the Ace, good to have you in the house. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. I know Canadian Family Life is here. I've got them on the wheel. I did say a couple things happened. So Official 1SP is a longtime friend, but a very supportive creator as well. And they dropped a super chat so that we will look at Six Poses back. And, you know, between the three of us, we've all been friends for a long time, but Six Bows is back, and Official 1SP has been friends with lots of people here in the Tuber Chat family for as long as I can remember. Six Bows is back, has been with us almost from the beginning. Wayne's World Unlimited has been with us for years as well. He came in from the UK. It's usually pretty late for him. Right now, for our friends in the UK, it's got to be well beyond 9 p.m. So Wayne's World Unlimited is just peeking in quickly, but we'll have a look at his channel next, because we always put Super Chatters and membership gifters onto the screen right away when those things happen, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel. After a little while, I'll start adding names to the wheel from our chat list. That's always based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream. One of the things I don't want to do on these live streams is make it sound like I want to solicit things like super chats and memberships and things like that. They truly are absolutely unnecessary, although appreciated when they do happen. And what I just did a moment ago, I just turned the super stickers off on this channel. You know, things have been the same for about 4 years now, but I noticed that the super stickers, for whatever reason, don't register with a few systems. So first of all, the new Super Chat goals system, I don't know why they wouldn't include that, but they haven't. And we know that sometimes it doesn't show up in the other widgets that are on the screen, like in the bottom corner or bottom center there, the event list and things like that. The stream boss doesn't get affected by it, so I'm just going to pull those off and we'll stick to the other couple of things. But Just Jason Keto and More now is up on the screen, and this creator is going to talk to us about healthy eating, healthy living, particularly when it comes to a keto-based diet or lifestyle. And he has tons of recipes on his channel. You can see he's approaching 700 videos in total now. Does a lot of live streaming. He might be live today almost right after Tuber Chat. I set this stream to end, not with any intention, about half an hour before he was going to start. But if he's going to go live today, we'll try to raid in there. We'll do like a mediocre job of raiding. Raiding is a term we take from Twitch. It's called live redirect here. And what we do is whoever's coming up next with a premiere or live stream or something like that, we can send in a head start of a handful of our friends to get the stream going. But Just Jason Keto and More has been at this for years as well. He's a beloved and dedicated moderator and a member here. So he always has a vibrant audience and conversation going on during his live streams, where he talks about a keto-based diet or lifestyle more than anything else. Lots of motivation, lots of inspiration there, both from him and from his community, sometimes from guests as well. He's got StreamYard panel style conversations that sometimes happen during the live stream, sometimes happen during the videos. He also heads out to capture other informative content from places like Ketopalooza. He's done that a couple years in a row now. Like I said, lots of recipes. They're easy to follow, literally simple with only a few ingredients, which I know a lot of people will like. And then product reviews as well. He can give us some insight about some of the ingredients that we're going to find and how they're going to affect us. When we get into shorts on Jason's channel, there's a bit of a hint here about healthy looking grilling shorts getting into 4,000, 5,000, even 6,000 views. One which I've seen over 22,000, and I promise you this one is entertaining, so I hope you'll check that out. Just Jason Keto and More is a fellow Canadian. He's got some of that Christmas spirit and winter weather in his latest banner. He updates his avatar regularly, and his live streams, as you can see, are every single week, 7:30 Eastern, sometimes with guests, sometimes with a StreamYard panel, and sometimes with a cook-along. And these come up as random content, but Just Jason Keto and More occasionally mixes things up, which is great to see. So hopefully everybody will connect with him. Obviously monetize, lots of ways to support him, including super Super Chats and memberships when we get there. We would love to push him towards the 3,500 subscribers that he's looking for right now. And you know I say of channels of this size that there must be much to be learned from them, as well as entertained and inspired by, because of what they must have been through in their YouTube journey to get to a level of, let's say, 3,000 and beyond. Sixpose is Back is another friend who's well beyond 5,000 now. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Yes, Sixpose is Back says, word up. Everybody knows that's my greeting when I come into everybody's premiere and live stream. Somebody asked me about it the other day because I imagine they might have thought it was trolling. Like, what on earth is word up? But it's just a lyric from an 80s song. It's actually the title of a very popular 80s song. I happen to be a DJ for my past life, let's say, for a couple of decades there. And I grew up in the 80s. So that's just something I thought was amusing. But that's why we have it as a special emoji as well. So there's the backstory for that if you wondered. The amazing M&G, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And pardon me, I got allergies among other things. But we will move it now through vintage. Yes, the Stock Explorer. I think the Stock Explorer's been there when I finally, actually, I don't do a lot of DJing anymore ever, but I have done a couple over the last few years, and I got a chance to finally play that song in one of the streams, I think, on my other channel. Sixpose is Back is up on the screen right now. This is a longtime friend. She's been with us pretty much from the beginning, so we're literally talking 4 years of friendship. Now, Sixpose is Back will film anything. She could be cooking, she could be hanging out with the family, she could be taking us outdoors, or she could be ordering a refrigerator. I'll never forget that I was there for that day. This creator will give us some information on her About page. She's got a mom of 6 girls now. Is it 6 now, or does that make 7? And I'm unaware of the update on the latest, by the way, just so you know. And then the Paranormal Poet, hopefully we can get them. Yes, unhidden. Thank you. I think that was just a mistake by the Stock Explorer. I've done that too, accidentally time people out and things like that. James Money 615, good to see you in the house. I caught them for a stream earlier today. Greenland Quilter, Katie's in the house. Pardon me, I'm butchering the introduction to Sixpose's Back's channel. Again, official 1SP dropped a super chat so that we would look at this channel right away. And then when we look at what Sixpose's Back is doing, a lot of haul videos too. This creator, I'm just going to grab the latest one. I'm going to put this into my ketchup list. Kristen Walton, my girlfriend, made cornbread the other day. She does it in a different way, but my dear goodness, is it delicious. Shorts on this channel have gotten into, wow, 18,000, 21,000, and a couple of these now 39,000, and one of these has hit over 100,000 views, which is fantastic. So I'm really excited because, like I said, Sixpose's Back has been a long time friend, incredibly supportive, but when you catch her, you're going to find truly a dynamic creator. And then live stream, so she's live frequently. I catch her occasionally, but she sometimes is on daily, so it's tough to catch her all the time. We got notification bells on for every single channel, of course, and she's monetized. Lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. So thank you again, official 1SP, and let's get Wayne's World Unlimited ready to go. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And then Rushing Wind Mountain just dropped a super chat as well, so thank you for that. We're going to put that channel up on the screen next. And did I not already have your channel on the wheel? I was sure that I did. Oh, we looked at Rushing Wind Mountain, of course. We just looked at them 5 minutes ago. But Rushing Wind Mountain's here just about every day, and they've done that countless times before as well. Vintage Style by Joe, good to see you in the house if I didn't say hello already. And then Wayne's World Unlimited comes from the UK. So like I said, it's pretty late over there. He usually pops in when we do afternoon streams. I'm in the Eastern time zone, of course. But Wayne's World Unlimited will bring us a lot of outdoor content. They really mix things up, as a matter of fact. So I thought this might be a video game, but it's actually an unboxing more than anything else. This creator will give us stories to be told and a look around different areas, as well as they do one unique thing. A lot of creators will add bloopers and outtakes into their videos. Wayne's World Unlimited will often bring us an outtake video to go along with their long form content. So that's really cool. Live streams they've just experimented with. We'll see if they're going to bring those back. And then shorts on the channel. Some of these have done well. 10,000, 13,000, and one over 244,000 views, which is great to see. So hopefully we'll see more from Wayne's World Unlimited. He's working on 900 subscribers and literally probably going to have it any day now. Beltloop29, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Face the Ace, thank you for the time that you spent. I always appreciate every moment. Let's spin the wheel, and thank you one more time, Official 1SP and Wayne's World Unlimited, for those super chats. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. And then Home Bartending with John will come up now. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And I see Rainy Ridge is still in the house. I've still got them on the wheel. Rock Chick Beauty's in the house from the UK as well. And Home Bartending with John is a creator that brings us two different one-of-a-kind channels in the Tuber Chat family. So what he's doing here is teaching us how to make the world's most popular cocktails from the comfort of our own home. And what I find most compelling about this is that he does this in different variations. So when you find a recipe, you might find 3 of them all at once. So the idea is that popular drinks are sometimes made in different variations based on cultural differences or geographical borders, or often pop culture like music, movies, and television. The idea of shaken, not stirred is an example. So Home Bartending with John will also take requests on his channel. He's done a couple for me already that I'm grateful for. And then he might bring us a collection like 6 low-calorie cocktails or 8 non-alcoholic mocktails or something like that. He also does comparisons between beers, liquors, and liqueurs, and a lot of product reviews as well. This creator's got some shorts. These have gotten into 1,600, 2,600, one that still gets views at 8,900 views. And then live streams are an idea from the past. We'll see if he's going to bring those back at some point. And then The Pipe Guy is a second channel from this creator. And I said he's got 2 one-of-a-kind channels. We have to get the spelling on this one correct. So I'm going to copy the handle and put it in the chat for everyone. But he's bringing industrial pipe lamps and industrial pipe art on this channel. So he just got a couple of shorts and a Star Wars themed video to get the channel started with. But we'd love to push him towards that first 100 subscribers. We know that it's an important and exciting milestone in everybody's YouTube journey, of course. And then Henry Leslie Vermont is in the house. I feel like I missed another channel coming in, so forgive me for that. So Movie Tune Studio, basically what happens is over the course of the stream, I continuously spin this wheel, right? We'll get another channel ready to go. After a little while, I will add names to the wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream. The only things that interfere with that are the fact that members get added to the wheel as soon as I see them in the chat. It's just a small bonus to help them kind of skip the line. And then Super Chatters and membership gifters are added onto the screen as soon as those things happen. Although, like I say, they're absolutely unnecessary. Appreciated when they happen, but I never want to solicit those kind of things either. And we've got a long way to go. We're usually here for 3 hours. We still got 2 hours to go. Lots of time to put lots of channels on the screen. Greenland Quilter, Katie's still on the wheel. Lady Luck is our brand newest member today, as a matter of fact. Our Georgia Suburban Homestead has come in. And pardon me while I just kind of get my wheel cleaned up here a little bit. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat again. When we look at Lady Luck, let me just double check that I've got that avatar correct. So we want, when we're searching, finding, and clicking on each other, we want to make sure we catch a the same avatar. That's how we determine, just because Lady Luck might be a somewhat popular name for a channel, but they've got their joker there denoting that this is the right one. Now, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream when we put a channel on the screen for the first time here. But what I'm going to do is take one of your latest videos. I always look for something much longer than 3 minutes. I'm going to add this into my watch later list, and what that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and put your notification bell on, as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick, and then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well, so you don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here at least 3 times a week. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. And then we're going to look at Canadian family life in a second. I know Hadgeways came in. 99 Midnight Gamer is also here. And hopefully, again, I'm not missing anybody in the chat, but as long as everybody's still active, we should get around to saying hello to everyone. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. It's interesting to me. I never noticed this ever before in my life, but in Canada, our dental system is starting to work in dental work the same way we do with medical. And I know that's a bit of an issue. I think it's a great idea. I mean, we can argue till the cows come home whether or not it's a good idea. A lot of people will say, like, you know, well, Canada has free healthcare and this and that. Well, it's not free. Our taxes are explosive. One of the highest tax rates for everybody in the planet, as far as I understand. But they fold medical care into that, so that's why, right? They're folding dental care into it as well. The reason why I like the idea is because not everybody can afford, you know, some of the unexpected things that are going to come up. We all should be getting our teeth cleaned if we can. But, you know, when we have problems like cavities start and things like that, it can become life-changing a lot quicker than we might think. So I like the idea, but it's funny because we see a few people mentioning like dental work in the chat right now. I know I got another couple of friends who've going through a couple of things right now. Towards the end of the year, everybody's got to like get through their dental insurance, right, before the benefits run out at the end of the year. So the last cleaning I had, I try to go 3 or 4 times a year. 3, let's say. But I try to go often. I did not do a good job when I was very young, so I have to do an extra good job now to try to hang on to everything. But I go frequently, and when I tried to change my last cleaning appointment, they're like, okay, well, if you don't come in November, we'll see you in January. And I said, no. Okay, we'll keep it together. And I have gone through some horrible things. I know it sounds ridiculous to say. I like going to the dentist. So I've been using the same dentist for long beyond 10 years and this and that. Staff is all friendly. They all know me and this and that. Even when you have to do things that are awful, what I really like about the dentist is the way you feel the next day or the day after, particularly with cleanings and things like that. So that's why I get away with saying that. But, we have a choice. We can either dislike the dentist, as most people, at least in movies and television, seem to do, or we can say, I like going to the dentist, whether it's true or not. If it's one of those, if you lie to yourself long enough, eventually you'll believe it. I think that's what I've done. Thank you, Scratch and PPA. Yes. So I use, look, I'll show you, even on my desk here, I keep these things everywhere. Bags and bags and bags and bags of those flossing sticks, right? Because I keep them in the vehicle, I keep them in the apartment. I try to have them all the time, just so that I can be looking after stuff. And then thank you, Beltloop29. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. And our Georgia Suburban Homesteads in the house, I've got them on the wheel. Now, hopefully I haven't missed anything else. Canadian Family Life we're going to talk about right now. From New Brunswick, actually, and they are growing rapidly. They were actually one of the fastest growing channels that we had seen in the Tuber Chat family. They got their 3,000 subscribers in barely over a year, which is really cool. And I think the biggest reason why is because Tiffany, the creator behind the channel, is so supportive to others. Not only out supporting other creators all the time in premieres and live streams, commenting all the time, and engaging true conversation during live chats, because it's a great service to other creators. And you heard from the clip that I played a while ago from our interview series, you really get to know people when you're hanging out in a live stream and having conversations and things like that. So hopefully we're all doing that kind of thing. Canadian Family Life is monetized, of course, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. They have got a Vlogmas series going on right now. They're mixing up the content in this daily series, but they've also got a lot of grocery hauls, cooking videos, shout outs for other creators, Happy Mail videos, Container Garden that I talk about all the time. They did a great job with their trailer. It's been a few months now, but Tiffany cut an incredible trailer for the channel out of a theme song that was made by our friend Jake Huston. They got some shorts here that have gotten into 2,500, 2,800, and 5,500 views, and then live streams on the channel as well. Tiffany's been featured on dozens of other channels and live stream panels, and that's a great way to grow your channel as well, by collaborating in any way at all. But Canadian Family Life also has the family hopping in and out of all the videos and live streams, and then her husband Chris, who's featured in a lot of the cook-offs and things like that, has a channel of his own called Chris's Creation Fun. I'll leave it to you to find that. So I think what we're going to do right now, we'll go on another break for 3.5 minutes, and right before we do that, I'm going to play another clip from that interview series. Hopefully everybody's enjoying those, because they're really informative. And I know I say it often, but these are conversations in videos now, but in a StreamYard panel style. What I tried to do was ask the creators their opinion without adding a lot of my own. They have all been longtime friends of ours here in the Tuber Chat family, and they've all long passed their 10,000 subscribers.
Don't forget the people who've got you there. Like, this is why I'm very open with coming on with Tuber Chat, because I remember I only had, I think, about 2,000, 3,000 subscribers at the time.
Probably.
And I got involved in that group. And there's other groups as well. What you know, if you cast your bread across the waters, it will come back, Mm-hmm. So always, and there's always somebody that I've engaged in on YouTube, totally different hobby, pastime.
Okay.
But we're linked by the ways, but they will know somebody that's scale modeling and they will mention me to them.
Right.
So there's always that as well. You've got to look at it as, when you're building your channel, always try to give back what you've taken out of it. So that's why if I'm home night, in a weekend, and Tuber Chat, because I've got it notified, if he comes on, I will pop in, give him a super chat, and I make sure I get on that bloody wheel of
There you go.
And so that I've put back in, because remember, I was there as well. I was lowly. If you remember rightly, that one day when I cracked that, I think it was 20,000 subscribers, or was it 10,000 subscribers? Because you went up to 5,000, wasn't it? And I said to you, I goes, I'm on 10,000. Am I not allowed to be on your channel anymore?
That's right.
You had to change it, didn't you?
I had to change the intro. If somebody was to go back to the first episodes of Tuber Chat, you would hear me say something along the lines of up to 10,000 subscribers. But when Moz6510 Models crossed the 10,000, I had to change the intro for the whole channel so that I could say, and beyond 10,000 subscribers. And now we're here. And you've doubled that number. You're still growing now, so
it's very slow growth because as I said, I've taken a month. I wanted to see what a month would do to my channel.
Yeah,
and I was getting 300 to 400 views an hour down to 160 views an hour.
Right.
If I look now, I'm getting 30 views an hour. So but I've done this on purpose. I wanted a break.
Yes.
I just wanted to step back. And now it's back in, and I'm going to start doing it all again now. So,
yeah, there's nothing wrong with the break when it's needed. What I have found is when we can get to a place of consistency, taking a week off, it seems to take about a month to get the momentum back, but it does come back.
Yeah, it does come back. But I needed the break. I really did. You know. And I think YouTube have cottoned on to this as well. You've seen a lot of burnout recently on YouTube.
I understand what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, it is a burnout. Yeah, there's definitely that. But we strive to be better, and that's what it can be.
Yeah,
definitely.
Improving over time.
Improvement is it, and also it's good. It's edifying for yourself. It really does boost you up when you get a video that gets 10,000 views. It really does. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also the work and the time you put into it, so it's rewarding in that respect as well.
For sure. All right, we're just about back, and looking at our Georgia Suburban Homestead. This creator's actually got a couple of channels. And what they did earlier in the stream is they gifted a membership, and they've done that kind of thing countless times before. And we always put Super Chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. And we'll get back to spinning the wheel in a moment. Over the course of the stream, I also once in a while clean out a couple of names. I know not everybody can be here for 3 hours, so we just take a couple of names off. If those members are still here, I'll add those names right back on. And then I did add Fever Dream Animation for now. After a little while, I'll add another name to the wheel. It's always based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream. I know we got a few brand new channels that have come through here today for the first time. So my recommendation is just that it, basically always starts with a conversation. So reaching out to individual creators, saying hello and getting a conversation started with them is what will make the magic happen here in the Tuber Chat live streams. Having a channel on the screen does next to nothing for everybody. It's not like 10 or 20 channels are going to run to your channel and subscribe to you all at once just because I talk about it and they see it on the stream. It's something that we do just because we need something to do for 3 hours while we're here. But the magic really happens in the chat. The other thing we want to do is just not be conscious about self-promotion and spamming. You don't want to just say the same thing kind of over and over. But the other thing too is creators are constantly coming in and out of this chat. A lot of people might be on phones. It makes it a little more difficult to keep two things going at the same time. They might leave for a while and come back. So you just want to start a conversation so you know you've got somebody's attention. Once you do, you can get that conversation started, and that's what leads to our strong, solid foundations on our channels as our friendships start to grow. So our Georgia Suburban Homestead is up on the screen right now. This creator is going to bring us a lot of homesteading content, of course, and a chance to get to know her. She wants to talk about the idea of growing our own food even if we're in a residential neighborhood. And she has an amusing way of putting it, but yes, it's a great form of civil disobedience, which I can get right behind, absolutely. But she wants to inspire us to do the same kind of thing, and then shorts on this channel feature more in line with the long-form content here, getting into 5,800, 10,000 views, like most of our homesteading friends. They're mostly outdoors, but will bring us into their home occasionally as well, and then live streams. So she's been live many times before with familiar faces, actually, in StreamYard panels, and then she's got a second channel, and this is called I Died, NDE, and that stands for near-death experience. So this creator, though, is not just talking about their own experiences. They're actually looking for other influencers and creators to join them and share stories on this channel. They're at 58 subscribers right now. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards the first 100, and obviously our Georgia Suburban Homestead is a longtime generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. So thank you again for another gifted membership. Absolutely unnecessary. Very much appreciated always, and like I keep saying, we always put Super Chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. I was wondering there, why didn't it come up properly in the search results? I made a spelling mistake there. So even when we're looking for each other's channels, when we make simple little spelling mistakes or if we don't put capitals and stuff, that can actually really help, because the more we're searching, finding, and clicking on each other's channels, we're letting YouTube know what we're looking for. And so often people are going to misspell or not do the right, punctuation and things like that. more and more and more, YouTube's going to know, no, wait, this is what they're looking for. This is a popular channel, right? So Scratch and PPA is here as a beloved and dedicated moderator. He's been here from pretty much the beginning. He literally supports every single thing I do on every single channel that I own or touch. And Scratch and PPA has been here for now what is likely 750 live streams, possibly even more if you can imagine. Now, I know not everybody can be, but I mention this kind of thing just so you understand how supportive this creator is, especially here. So much so, I actually get comments from people often that will say like, hey, Kevin and Pete, or I'm sure people have figured that Pete is the host of the channel if they haven't been here too many times before and things like that, because so many people talk about Scratch and PPA being so supportive to them. So when we look at this channel, we see that Scratch and PPA is putting an interesting twist on lottery ticket scratching, which is an interesting, a large and vibrant genre and category on YouTube. Lottery ticket scratching is much larger than I would have guessed it might have been, and there's tons of generous creators in that community as well. Now, Scratch and PPA pits two lottery tickets against each other. He often scratches multiples of each ticket, but what he does is gives us the opportunity to vote on the content of next week's video if we follow him on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook. Pardon me, which of course I do. It sets a series apart, makes it unique and a lot of fun to be a part of. He premieres every single Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern, and if you can catch us for one of these premieres, you're going to find one of the fastest rolling chats in the Superchat family. Faster than this, faster than most others. He rivals those of Hilda DC, the Stock Explorer, and a few select others. It is very fast paced, very high energy, and a lot of fun to be a part of. When we look at his channel, we see that he has had presentation at the forefront of his mind from the very beginning. His bright, beautiful avatar is matched by content in his colorful thumbnails, which give us a hint about the giveaways that happen in his video series. And then his banner's updated every single week, if you can imagine that, with some Christmas spirit there right now. And then his video editing skills have been complimented ever since his very first production, which is now well over 4.5 years ago. When we look at live streams, we see that this creator expanded the content on their channel last year when they took a trip to Italy, and they brought us their very first live stream showing us around the area they visited. And then shorts on the channel, they brought us a lot of vlogging style shorts videos, which I think are about to become a trend now that YouTube has expanded shorts into 3 minutes. This creator also brought us some Italian lottery tickets we might not have otherwise seen. So hopefully everybody will connect with Scratch and PPA. He's monetized, lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get there. He's working on 2,300 subscribers, so we'd love to push him towards that milestone as well. We'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. And I see Hadgeways has a question where YouTube says video is appealing to a smaller audience. How do you make it appeal to a wider audience? What changes can you implement? Now, Hadgeways in particular is bringing us travel. Travel is a very huge genre and category on YouTube. It is like foundational, right? Almost everybody enjoys watching travel videos, and they've been there since the very beginning. I don't know the truth about the first YouTube video being me at the zoo, but that's an example of somebody out. Doesn't have to be far travel. It could be local travel, but I would work that in there with travel content. There's Brampton Gardner. We just saw her on our Georgia Suburban Homesteads channel. In a couple of thumbnails, I've actually met up with Brampton Gardner, as well as Just Jason Keto and more. IVB Creates, good to see you in the house. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Now, Pixie Dust Traveler Tracy is also here. Thank you for coming in. When we talk about what changes can be implemented, the analytics are really going to tell a story. If you are looking at your analytics, they're actually going to show you where people are leaving your videos. So that is something that we can look at. The numbers really do tell a story. There's charts and graphs back there and things like that. Even if you don't enjoy things like statistics and graphs and charts, you know, I love that stuff. But even if you don't like it, if you just look at it a few times, look at it as often as you can stand, you're going to eventually start to see patterns, and we want to duplicate our own success. So forgive me, because that's not answering the question the way Hedgeways is asking it right now. The idea is, how do you take a video that's appealing to a small audience and make it appear to a wider audience? The changes that could be made in my own mind might say possibly a thumbnail and title, as well as descriptions and tags and things like that, so that possibly you're getting to people who don't travel all the time. There's lots of people in the world who are lucky to be able to travel frequently. Doesn't have to be far, again, local travel and this and that. But there are a lot of people who will watch travel videos because they're not able to travel, or they'll be very interested to see videos that are taken in places they otherwise cannot get to or don't plan to get to. So I personally hope to travel as much as anybody in my lifetime, but there are some places that are not high up on the bucket list. I will watch videos. I don't watch videos of Las Vegas because I expect to go to Las Vegas one of these days, but I watch videos of things like Thailand or Japan because I don't expect to go there probably ever, but it's going to be like not in the top 10 destinations for me personally. I like cruise ships and things like that. I worked on a cruise ship a long time ago. It's the only reason I say that. But if I had a choice, I would be picking a cruise over anything else if possible. But anyway, I don't know if my answer is really that helpful at all, listening to myself say it. But when we think about the idea of the thumbnail and the title, that's a start for appealing to a wider audience, people who may not right away even know the areas that you're describing. And then some of it will come down to presentation within the videos. Now, Hedgeways is somebody, they've been with us many months now. I think they've been with us at least 6 months. I don't think it's been a year. But I'm still getting to know the channel and their particular brand of content. I know they live stream frequently. When you listen to myself talk, not that I want to say that I should be an example or anything like that, but I do have now much experience on YouTube, and a lot of it was with intention, the different things that I do. You'll notice that I always speak as if there could be brand new beginners in the audience. So that might be an idea. Almost like, and forgive me you even using the word, but a teacher or an educator, right? We remember the teachers. If you have a history teacher or a geography teacher, they are teaching the same thing year after year sometimes, but they have to start from the beginning every single season. And we can do the same thing with our YouTube videos. So we keep in mind there could be avid travelers, there could be beginners, there could be people who can't travel or haven't traveled. And these could be ideas. And I'm speaking directly about Hedgeway's channel, but this could relate in sort of a way to almost everybody. I'm not saying I'm right. This is just opinion. And there's probably a lot of better answers out there. But the other thing I would do, the analytics are the most important, because you see when people are leaving your videos. That's one of the most important things. Otherwise, try watching your content back. And I hope for everybody here, especially if your channel's niched or has a specific genre, you're still watching new channels. They don't have to be brand new. They have to be new to you, right? Channels you haven't otherwise seen, to see what other people are doing, right? Casey Neistat is a household name when it comes to YouTube for somebody who does a lot of vlogging, and you could almost fit travel into that idea as well. So these are just ideas, like I said. Forgive me for giving kind of a not very helpful answer there, I don't think, but it's just more ideas than anything else. What I want to encourage everybody to do is experiment as well. We could change our mind a million times on YouTube, and if you just change simple little things within your content, here and there based on what you learn from other creators or ideas that you have, then you'll be able to get an idea of what works, what you like, what you don't like. I continue to learn every day. I continue to try to do better. The later videos that I've put on my personal channel have done much better than the earlier videos, not just because the channel's established, but because I've changed the style several times. Paranormal Poet still in the house, and yeah, I have a lot of patience to be a teacher. I have a certain level of respect for teachers. I don't think I would have ever pursued it as a career. I don't know if I quite have that much patience, but you got to have some, that's for sure. Silver Assassin Metal Detecting is here. I've got them on the wheel. Crafty Witch 232. I'm not sure if I said hello earlier. I know you've been here for a while. I put you on the wheel. And see, that kind of thing, actually, Hadjways, that kind of idea is something that is probably better set if I have more time to talk about it. I'm going to show you something, and I would save this for like a Q&A idea. But I'm using ChatGPT every day now. Now, I happen to pay for it. I use the Pro version, but it's not much different than the regular version. But you could throw ideas like this in there. You could say, I have a YouTube channel. And you talk to it just like a person, and it talks right back to you, right? So I have a YouTube channel. My videos seem to appeal. My travel videos, let's say, seem to appeal to a small audience. I'd like them to appeal to a wider audience. And you don't have to worry about spelling mistakes either. It almost always knows what you mean. What can I do? You can literally talk to it like this, and it comes right back with ideas. Whether they'll be any better than anything I said already, I don't know. But this is a beginning. And like I said, this is how I'm using AI every day. I happen to be using ChatGPT, but there's lots of platforms out there. And you see how fast this writes for us. So it says, expanding the appeal of your travel videos to a wider audience can involve refining both content and presentation. Here's some suggestions. Focus on unique stories, highlight hidden gems or unique perspectives about popular destinations to stand out from other travel channels, cultural insights, relatable themes, challenger series, professional thumbnails, titles, and keywords. Of course, B-roll and storytelling is something that we can use as well. Sometimes when we're filming a video, even if it's something travel based, we might have a run-on sentence. You might be showing something like, for instance, I'm in Niagara Falls all the time, so I will film in Niagara Falls, but I might point at one thing for minutes on end, whereas you could cut some B-roll footage in there while you're still talking and make the video more engaging. Audience engagement, analytics review, collaborations are always a big idea. If you can meet some other YouTubers in areas where you're traveling, you can get them involved. And there's other ideas there as well. But that's how we can get a handful of brainstorming inspired right away with an AI system like ChatGPT. I just wanted to show that to everybody. Rock Chick Beauty is in the house from the UK, dropping a super chat, and thank you for that. She's done that countless times before. We will put her channel up on the screen next because of that, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel in a few moments. And then Greenland Quilter Katie is up on the screen and ready to go right now. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. And then when we look at Greenland Quilter Katie, we see a creator who's now working on 2,300 subscribers. She's been with us a while now, many months. This creator's monetized lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. When I started watching videos on this channel, she just happened to be putting up these ones that are giving us a look around Greenland with a lot of icebergs, glaciers, mountains on the water. But she's gotten now into more quilting videos. And even though these are looking like they're a StreamYard panel idea, I thought for a second these were cut from live streams, but no, there's actually a podcast that they're doing, which is really cool. For anybody that's owned or even seen a quilt, you know how much work goes into these things. And there's a lot more on the channel than quilting, but it's the focus more than anything else. And when we look at shorts on the channel, we see more variety, getting into 2,000, 2,100, 2,800 views, and then live streams on the channel as well. And they've got one coming up in a couple of days, actually. I think that's Monday. Oh, am I wrong? Yeah, I'm wrong. Tomorrow, pardon me, tomorrow's the 20th. And then we see that this creator does get involved in StreamYard panels, though. So hopefully everybody will connect with Greenland Quilter Katie. They're with us just about every single stream. And again, I know not everybody can be, but I appreciate every moment everybody can spend. And then Rock Chick Beauty from the UK is coming up. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And then, yeah, Mike and Rihanna's Adventures, actually, they're fellow Canadians as well. I've spoken to them many times on, like, Instagram behind the scenes and this and that. But they let me know the other day we're in Canada and our Brand Connect tab is gone. It was really weird when YouTube added that because our American friends have that available for probably anybody monetized. You'll see that Brand Connect tab. And in Canada, they kind of let us know, like, look, we're putting this here. And you can reach out to other like companies and stuff for sponsored videos, but it's kind of up to you. We're really not facilitating. And I thought that was a very weird thing to have done in the first place. I actually didn't even utilize it at all. And then now they've taken it away. So we'll see if that's going to come back. It's going to depend on whether our American friends or anybody else that has it is actually using the feature. But the Brand Connect tab is an idea to connect sponsors with influencers so that you can get brand deals or sponsored videos and things like that. Rock Chick Beauty's up on the screen right now from the UK. They're at 1,400 subscribers. This is a creator that's actually been with us for well over 4 years now. And the interesting thing here is that this creator reset and restarted their channel about 3.5 years ago. So the idea is, could you come back stronger and more solidly the second time around? And she has. You can see she gives a professional look to every single thumbnail, even though every video gets a different look for the thumbnail. She's got bright, bold headshots that make her recognizable and keeps consistency going throughout her presentation. She's got a new video from a couple days ago. I've got that in my catch-up list. That's a playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. She's monetized, like I said, and she's got some shorts here as well. These have gotten into 3,200 and 5,000 views, and then live streams on the channel as well. So this is Oriane. She's live usually about once a month. She's probably due for one pretty soon. And hopefully everybody will connect with her. The conversation can go anywhere once we get there, but she typically talks about all things alternative. So she started with beauty, get ready with me type videos, got into unboxings and product reviews, now sponsored videos as well. So obviously a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. I'm hoping everybody will connect with her, and then we'll spin the wheel and we'll get the Stock Explorer ready. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. So we're going to go back to my trusty GPT for a second, ChatGPT here, because Mike and Rihanna's Adventures is asking, how can creators reach out to companies you want to collaborate with? So you could, if there's companies that you specifically know of, you can literally just go to their website and start looking for contact information, and that can help. If you see creators that you know that you think you can get to or will answer you, you could always ask, say, hey, I noticed you did this product review. Do you mind passing me along so I can get in on that? And I think you might be surprised at how many people will be receptive to that and offer to do the favor. But also, I can say list platforms where YouTube creators can find companies for sponsored videos. I changed it up. I said sponsored product review videos. But this is an example, and then what will happen is they'll say like FameBit, which is now, that's what YouTube, I think they bought it, but I could be wrong. FameBit was something they had for a while. Grapevine Village, Aspire IQ, Social Blue Book is something that's plugged into TubeBuddy, which gives you a valuation on your channel. I wouldn't take it too seriously, but it does give you an idea of what you might be able to charge for things like shoutouts and things like that. Freelance and influencer platforms, we've got a few more here. Izea and Heapsy, and then there's Upfluence, Collaborate, Influence.co, and then Brandbassador. And if you do something like this, a search, I mean, you could do a Google search and a bunch of websites will come up. I'm using ChatGPT every day because it kind of does the work for you, and it just lists a whole bunch of different things. So these are ideas. And then, like I said, if you find creators that have done sponsored videos, you could just ask them and say, hey, I noticed you're doing some sponsored videos. Do you mind putting me in contact with some of the ambassadors there, or whatever they... I forget the diplomatic term, or the term for diplomatic relations when it comes to that kind of thing. I've got somebody that I've done quite a few sponsored videos for. They just come up with things about twice a year, but I've been happy to do those. But that's an example, right? And then you can think about that for yourself. For anybody interested in doing sponsored videos and product reviews and things like that, keep that as an idea for a favor that you can use to help other people, right? When you have somebody who's reaching out for sponsored videos, or somebody you've contacted, you know that you have lots of friends who will be wanting to do those things as well. You can say, hey, I've got a contact. And then when the contact asks you, hey, do you know anybody else who can do videos? You've got a handful of friends that have been supportive to you that you can pass along. Or you can go the other way. Anybody you've done a sponsored video for, you can reach out to them and say, hey, have you got anything else coming up? And do you need more people? Because I got a couple of really influential YouTubers here that can do some videos for you. These are just ideas. Raymond Tacular, forever good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. The Stock Explorer is up on the screen right now. Nora, the creator featured here, is a longtime dear friend. She is a beloved and dedicated moderator and member, and working on 2,300 subscribers right now, monetized. Lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. The Stock Explorer started their channel by talking about stocks and a little bit of crypto. They often have product in hand. Sometimes they have charts and graphs for us to see. Sometimes it's friendly conversation or a chance to get to know Nora. There's a little bit of variety on the channel. And then they actually got into a lot of lottery ticket scratching between the last year or two. And they bring more and more of that out in an expansion of content on the channel. Now, when it comes to stocks and crypto, they got everything from beginner tutorials to advanced topics. They talk about these things in a level-headed and down-to-earth way. And then they bring excitement to the channel with the lottery ticket scratching, like in their new series. This is called Scratching with Strangers, where they're literally scratching lottery tickets with people that that they're meeting for the first time, which is really cool. They're monetized, like I said. They got shorts on the channel. This is where they feature much more variety, but some of these shorts have really done well. 2,000, 4,000, one of them over 12,000 views now, and we know that that one still trickles in views. And then they've got live streams on the channel. I've joined them on their channel once for a 2-hour conversation. They often have other friendly conversations with other creators and YouTubers and other viewers, but then sometimes they have charts and graphs when they're talking stocks and crypto, and sometimes they do lottery ticket scratch battles with other creators, which is a really cool idea also, and there's a handful of creators here who collaborate together. So hopefully everybody will connect with the Stock Explorer. Nora also has a second channel. If you look at the bottom of the front page, you'll find Tropical Buzz. This is where they seek to educate us about plant life, some of which is already there, some of which they're going to grow themselves. They happen to be in Florida, so they've got an extended growing season down there, and we'll keep an eye on the Stock Explorer and see how the scratch battling and scratching with strangers continues to expand as well. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. And then when we look at Silver Assassin metal detecting, we're going to see a creator that's going to bring us metal detecting, obviously. And one of the things that I've been mentioning more than anything else lately, this creator, first of all, has been with us quite some time now. I can't remember if it's longer than a couple of years. 900 subscribers, so they're officially on the road to 1,000 monetized. But I had always associated the idea in my mind about metal detecting with change. I always figured, you know, you take a metal detector, go along the beach and catch all the quarters and nickels and dimes and everything that everybody must have lost in the sand. But there's so much more to it, and Silver Assassin metal detecting is going to come up with some really interesting historical artifacts when you go through their videos and see the different things that they find. So I'm just going to grab the latest video here. They put this out this week, and I've put that in a special playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. They got shorts on the channel as well. These have got into 1,500, 1,600, and 3,700 views, which is great to see, and then live streams on the channel as well. So they got one coming up. They're going to do a Christmas subscriber appreciation. That's going to be on Saturday, so we'll be looking forward to that. They're going to do that at 10 a.m. Eastern. You can set the notification for yourself, as well as have the notification bell on, of course. And then hopefully everybody will connect with Silver Assassin metal detecting, and we'll get them a little bit closer to that 1,000 that they're thinking about. It's an important and exciting milestone, of course. So Movie Tune Studio. So I know you're brand new here today, and it's always fun to have a channel on the wheel and on the screen. We still got another hour and a half to go, so there's plenty of time. I never put channels on the screen in any way outside of the idea. First of all, members get added to the wheel as soon as they're seen in the chat. But I have a chart behind the scenes here. This is from Streamlabs, and this is a statistical chart that helps me keep track of how active everybody's been in the live stream today, and I reset it every day. So like Create and Relate is up there, Fever Dream Animation, Scratch and PPA is always at the top of the list. It's not just about how long you're here, but how much you're interacting in the chat. So I know you're saying hello frequently, but when you have true conversation with other creators, it helps you rise up the search not search results, but my chart there a lot faster. So when I need names for the wheel, when we get down to 5 or 6, I'll start adding names from our chat list. I'll do one again in a few minutes when we go on a break. But that's the secret to getting it happening, getting into conversations with creators. I know it's very simple. Some people ask about, hey, are you ready for Christmas? Some people ask about the weather. I'm always happy to have those conversations as well. But anything at all is worth getting into a conversation. Probably the best idea I could give anybody here is to find somebody that you've said hello to, that's responded, so that you know that they know that you're here. Head to their channel, see what their channel's about, mention a video that they've got, like, hey, Trish the Natural, I'm looking forward to learning about hair care from you. And everybody is going to be happy that you've taken even that much interest in their channel. They're probably going to get right back to you and do the same thing. Now you can have a conversation, you know, and this is how you get that stuff started in the chat so that you can get farther up the list, because it's going to be a while right now. I see your channel's probably about 10 from the top. We don't get to every channel every single day, but we get to as many as we can within a 3-hour period. Now, one of the things I just want to reiterate for everyone, no matter how many times you've been here before, the least important part of what we're doing here is putting channels on the screen. I know everybody likes it. I know everybody loves to hear me talk about their channel or have their channel featured, but it doesn't make anybody go to the channel and subscribe. It's possible that the story that I tell about our friendship, like with somebody like Trish the Natural, who's been with us for years, might say, hey, she sounds like a good person to connect with, or, yeah, I'm actually interested in that content possibly, but it's never more than a couple of people at a time. The magic here in Tuber Chat, these live streams, comes in the conversations that happen in the chat. Nobody rushes to channels just because I put them on the screen. So I know I say it all the time, but it's just to reiterate. Trish the Natural, by the way, talks about much more than natural hair care. She talks about all health, beauty, lifestyle videos as well. The conversation can go anywhere when she gets started when it's live streaming. But this creator has an incredibly professional look to her channel and always has. Those bright, bold headshots that we've talked about before make her recognizable. I believe this is going to pay off heavily in when we think about branding and retention. One of the things you'll notice is that her thumbnails are usually an exact representation of what's in the video. So when I roll over a video like this, first of all, you see this as a dynamic creator. But the thumbnails, like I said, just like they blend right into the rollover right away. What that means is that when somebody sees this thumbnail, because YouTube's recommended a video, and then they click on it and get into that video, they will for sure be pleased with the fact that they have not been clickbaited. They have clicked on something and gotten to see exactly what they expected, right? Trish the Natural is working on 2,900 subscribers right now, which is great. They've been doing a lot of tributes lately to celebrities and getting some great views in their shorts here. 15,000, 16,000, 27,000, even 43,000 on a few of these. And live streams are occasional on the channel, so she might bring these back. It's been a couple of months. She's been on with I Am Betty J Gathers a few times. You can see they have a good time when they're there, and either way, a dynamic creator, obviously. So hopefully everybody will connect with Trish the Natural. We'd love to push her towards that 2,900, and she's been an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter here for as long as I can remember. She happens to be a silver member, like Home Bartending with John, which means we see her channel every single day in the slides that run at the beginning, beginning, middle, and end of every live stream. Or, pardon me. Yes, beginning, middle, and end of every live stream. Heavens Fire 18, look at that luck. I just put you on the wheel right this second, and the wheel chose you right away. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days, and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay, because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. Heavens Fire 18 is up on the screen right now. I spoke to Just Jason Keto, sort of, in the background here with Instagram message. He let me know he's got his live stream set up for 7 o'clock, which is going to be right after Tuber Chat. So we'll go and raid in there, and he'll have obviously some kind of interesting conversation about healthy eating and healthy living on his channel. He's live every Thursday. Peter Dell from Australia, good to see you again. He's been here for just about every stream lately. It's D Bankroll is going to help us with our finances. Good to have you here again. And then when we look at Heaven's Fire 18, there's information on the About section so we can get an idea of exactly what to expect on the channel. But one of the biggest things is going to be these furry friends that are around here, all these rabbits. And we get quite a few videos, both in the cold and otherwise. Outdoors is what I mean to say. When we look at shorts on this channel, we're going to see that some of these have started to move. 300, 500 on one of them, almost 600 on another, and those will obviously continue to grow as they post more and more. Heaven's Fire 18 has done a few live streams, including just a week ago. Hopefully we'll catch them for some more. We've got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as possible as well. So spin the wheel. Hilda DC's coming up next. She's a beloved and dedicated moderator here and has been for over 4 years. And then we are going to, before that, go on a break for 3.5 minutes. And right before we do that, we're going to play one more clip again from our interview series. Hopefully everybody enjoys these. The conversations that I've had with these creators are incredibly informative. They go on anywhere from an hour to 2 hours long. All of the creators featured have been longtime friends of ours here in the Tuber Chat channel, and they all have long passed their 10,000 subscribers. You mentioned the idea of shorts, so that gives me an opportunity to jump right into that. So, in every one of these interviews, I'm asking about opinions, about shorts, how we can get them to work for us. But you're the first creators that I'm talking to that have broken off into a shorts channel. I also noticed that you took the shorts off of the original channel. I'm assuming you uploaded the same ones over there, and now you have over 350 shorts on that channel. At last look, it was I think your fast moving short video on the shorts channel, which is Unstable TV Shorts, has 22,000 views, and you're already at 768 subscribers. So the biggest thing that I think people are going to be wondering about that is, how do you feel about your decision to break your shorts off into their own channel?
So the reason we did it in the first place was because we felt like the shorts were distracting from our long form videos, because we were getting a lot of views and attention on the shorts. But while we were doing shorts and long form at the same time, it's kind of like the long form was pushed to the back.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So that's the reason why we split off into a shorts channel by itself. So we kind of use that for just skits and memes and stuff, and then we use it for promotion videos for our main channel as well. So you said some of our highest viewed videos on the shorts channel, they are clips from our long form videos with the link in it to send it back. So we just kind of felt it didn't sit right with our channel to have it all together, so we said we'd try and split it and see if it worked.
Yeah, because when we first put them up, we had like you're saying about the YouTube algorithm and stuff, and when you're watching the metrics go up and down. When we start putting the shorts up, the videos that would usually go up and probably after a week they performed the way they done were pushed to the back. But how we felt from how we were watching our analytics, for anyone watching, do make sure you check your analytics out regularly. It does help. And there is a research tab as well, so check that out as well. It helps with your channel. You get an idea where your viewers are coming in and what they're researching as well. Just a tip for everyone. On the main channel, it didn't sit for us, but even scrolling up and down and how it looked, we didn't like it. But we used the shorts as kind of a voice, say things you can't really say on the main videos that might not go with YouTube's policies. We have a lot of fun with pranking each other and stuff like that. What we have noticed though with our shorts, anything to do with relationships or pranks wise, that skyrockets for us.
Wow.
Or if we do say a trend of meme, sometimes we might get something and sometimes not. But we've learned that shorts really help us have them crazy ideas where you just get a bit wild when you're filming on YouTube and you're I want to do this, or maybe this might look funny. It's kind of to make ourselves laugh and then just go that direction with it and just come up with crazy stuff then.
All right, we're just about back. Hilda DC is up on the screen, and this is a beloved and dedicated moderator. She's been with us for just about 4 years, closer to 4.5 by now, actually. Pardon me. It's interesting, Butler Family Farm, we're actually having prime rib for our Christmas dinner this year. So I made a rule for everybody. My parents used to do it, and as like my sister and I'd like to say, even though I help a lot less than I think I'm going to, have kind of taken over the idea of these things for many years now. The rule is whoever's cooking gets to cook whatever they want. So it's not up for debate. It's not a democracy, because, you know, if somebody's got to sit there and feed, in our case, anywhere from 6 to 10 people at a time, then it's, you know, you make what you want. And so I'm lucky enough, Kristen's going to make prime rib this year, which is going to be interesting, because we haven't done that for Christmas before. It's always turkey, right? And I like both of them. And then thank you, Peter Dell. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. I know I Am Betty J Gathers has come in, and we'll get her onto the wheel. She happens to be a member. I added a few names there. So New Horizons, Above and Beyond, along with Driving Daily and Movie Tune Studio. That's a brand new channel in the chat. They've all been added. And then, yeah, I always say that I'm expecting to help when it comes to Christmas dinner, and Kristen actually ends up doing 99% of everything. I don't mean for that to happen, it ends up happening and I forget, so I'm trying to get better at that every year. Jesse Miller Unboxings and More, good to see you in the house. And then, I know not everybody celebrates Christmas, but it looks like the majority here do, so it's just an idea, but hopefully everybody enjoys the Christmas content that they see as well. Hilda DC's up on the screen, like I said, a beloved and dedicated moderator. She is going to actually make us hungry on her channel. She does a lot of cooking and a lot of taste test product reviews for a lot of things that are interesting to me. I'm in Canada, so I don't get to see a lot of the things that Hilda DC comes up with on her channel, except for the fact that she shows us. She is known as one of the most encouraging creators that I've met in my 7 years on YouTube. Jesse Miller Unboxings and More, good to see you in the house as well. And then when we look at Hilda DC's channel, I say that she is one of the most encouraging creators. She's an extremely strong-willed creator who absolutely stands beside and behind her audience. As a matter of fact, so I Am Betty J Gathers is in the chat right now, and I mention this frequently lately. I joined I Am Betty J Gathers on her channel a couple of Sundays ago. You could go and find that video easily, the live stream replay. And I spoke about a couple of specific stories with some of our moderators here. Longer stories than I'm able to get into here during our Tuber Chat live streams. But I specifically spoke about my friendship with Hilda DC and how she became a moderator on this channel, as a matter of fact. And anybody who hears that story will understand why I would speak so highly of Hilda DC in particular. She's been with us, like I said, from the beginning, but somebody who cares very deeply about the YouTube journey and others with their YouTube channels, and those of us in the Tuber Chat family. So hopefully everybody will connect with her. She's working on 2,600 subscribers right now. She posts occasionally, but she's got such a strong foundation for her channel that when you catch her for a premiere or a live stream, she can go on whenever she wants, and there's going to be a ton of people in her chats. When we look at Hilda DC, she's working on 2,600, like I said, subscribers, but her shorts have done really well. 2,900, 6,100, 47,000 views. And then, of course, she's monetized. Lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. She's got a stream coming up tomorrow morning. Forgive me, I'm going to set an alarm for myself here, actually. All right, hopefully that comes through. I always do that with Siri, but I don't want to set everybody's iPhones off. The Gambler After Dark, good to see you in the house. I know you've been in and out today. And then when we look at Hilda DC's live stream, so she's on occasionally, and then she is giving us a really good chance to get to know her, as a matter of fact. So hopefully everybody will connect and see what I'm talking about. All of the moderators on this channel are longtime dear friends of mine. They're all dear friends of each other. They all have different channels, and they all do different things. But one of the things they all have in common is an overwhelming sense of generosity, and for that reason, when you visit any of their channels for premieres or live streams, you'll be welcome to meet more friends and family members for your own channel, the same way we do here in Superchat. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Yeah, Butler Family Farm. We've actually got, Kristen has a speaker in the house, and it's, I believe, a Sonos speaker, if I remember the name of it properly. And it's meant to be a smart speaker, so it's got Google built in. But it's funny that it really doesn't react the same way that Siri does, or like even Alexa that I've seen, where it picks up the wrong voice. So sometimes we're sitting there and whatever we happen to have on a TV, it'll just pick up and start answering. And yeah, that's interesting. But yeah, they've all got these systems now. So, you know, if it was Google, you'd say that, and then it picks up and does reminders. I do that all the time. As much as everybody might understand that I'm really tech focused, I love devices and I'm on them all the time. I really actually don't utilize the iPhone with all the different things that it can do. Certainly not. And I don't know what the reason is. I just, you know, I was one of the last people to start even using Siri to do things for me. And that's really all I use it for is, hey, make a phone call if I'm driving, or to set reminders a lot of the time. And then hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Cruz Bolero's here as well. And then I am, pardon me, Butler Family Farm is up on the screen right now. They are monetized as well. This is Jerry and Susan together, and Jerry is here with us just about every day. Susan's usually not too far behind. These creators share the camera work and video on the channel, and these creators collaborate with a lot of other people. They head out for a lot of small and large meetups with other creators. But they've got 116 acres worth of farmland and homesteading content to show us on their channel. Sometimes Jerry's working in the shop. He's been doing a lot of this lately, actually. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. He did an interesting thing the other day and took a piece of wood that somebody like me wouldn't have known. I would have probably discarded it and wasted a perfectly good piece of wood. He found a way to utilize that. This is an incredibly impressive video, in my opinion. What he's made here is just unbelievable when it comes to woodworking. So if anybody hasn't seen this video, a charcuterie board, but this was specifically something really interesting in my opinion. Now, that's just a small aspect of what they do on the channel. Jerry and Susan will take us around their 116 acres, show us all the different aspects of looking after the land, looking after the livestock. They've got cattle, goats, donkeys, horses, llamas, chickens, cats, dogs, and bees on the farm. Sometimes they bring us into their home. And then, like I said, they often will head out to very large meetups, right? There could be 80 channels worth of creators and supporters in some of the larger meetups, and they tend to live stream from those. But they also bring us StreamYard panels where they introduce us to creators. So Butler Family Farm is live every Monday at 6:45 Eastern, and what they do, it's sometimes Jerry and Susan giving us a chance just to talk to them. Sometimes they've got guests and StreamYard panels, and then I've joined them on their channel a couple of times actually, and then shorts on this channel have gotten into 10,000, 12,000 views, one at 50,000, which is great to see more homesteading style content from this channel. They're monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there, and hopefully everybody will connect with Butler Family Farm. Like I said, they're here with us just about every day as well. Ace Flaw 1, Andy is in the house, and Fever Dream Animation is coming up. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Fever Dream Animation is up on the screen right now with 250 subscribers. Hope we can push them towards the 300 they're thinking about. They are, let me have a look and make sure I'm right about what I'm going to say here. They're dropping premieres just about every single day. And it looks like classic television footage, if I'm not mistaken. And we'll talk about it in a second. Create and Relate, thank you so much for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. We looked at that channel earlier. Otherwise, I'd always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. But thank you for that, and I really do appreciate it. And then when we look at what Fever Dream Animation is doing, if I roll over these, you get an idea sort of the footage that's here. And then, like I said, they're putting these up just about every day lately. They'll give you information on their About section about what to expect from the channel. And Fever Dream Animation is here with us just about every day as well, for which I'm grateful. They've got shorts here that have gotten into 500, 600, and on the way towards 700 views, which is great to see. And then Peter Dell, yeah, Peter Dell's usually more positive in the chat. YouTube is a lot of work, we know that. Swapping playlists, you know, we have to, we wish that every single person would always do exactly what we expect them to do all the time. And of course it can never be that way, right? For a million different reasons. But this is why I constantly say, we have to be willing to give much more to others than we expect to receive in return. You know, it's not fair, but life's not fair, right? That's the truth. And if we can be comfortable saying, hey, if we want 7 people to run our playlist, we have to go and run 10, right? But you have to. If you want 3 comments on your videos, you have to go and give 10, right? But eventually it comes back, right? That's just an idea. But we know not every single person is going to do every single thing 100% of the time. And as long as we're okay with it and everybody's doing as much as they can for each other, everybody will be just fine. And then Ace Flaw 1, let me get you onto the wheel in a second here. I am Betty J. Gathers is coming up. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And of course, my imagination tells me that everybody's going to have different results with everything that we do as well, right? You know, there's 50 million channels on YouTube and more now, which means there's 50 million different reasons why people are doing these things, right? And then, yeah, Peter Dell, actually, today looks like a day where I'm going to get to more channels than usual. I've already added more than we have in the last few streams, but we still got an hour to go. So I'll move it as fast as I can. I am Betty J. Gathers is up on the screen, and I was mentioning the idea that I was just on her channel the other day. I think it's the first time, and forgive me for being wrong. I am Betty J Gathers if I'm mistaken. I can't even remember now how many StreamYard panels and things I've done over the years. Not as many as a lot of people that we know, and certainly not as many as I thought I was going to do in this past year. But I did join her for a conversation that went a little bit overtime. She's usually on for an hour. We talked for an hour and a half, and it was all mostly YouTube talk. But I Am Betty J Gathers has been with us for 4 years or longer, and we've had a friendship. I've had conversations outside of YouTube with her a few times as well. She is another dynamic creator who cares very much about the YouTube journey, and she will share her experience and knowledge on her channel as well, particularly in live streams. Abandoned Exploring Mike, thank you so much for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. They've taken over our stream boss position. You see under my camera here. I'll talk about that in a moment. We'll make them the next channel that we look at before we spin the wheel again. When we look at I Am Betty J Gather, she's doing a lot of interviews lately. This is an interview series that was inspired by Crystal Sparkle, actually, and she challenged I Am Betty J Gathers to do 12 days of interviews. So she's spreading these out throughout the month, but I Am Betty J Gathers has been doing these, so I was honored to be a part of that. But the story that I spoke of earlier, where I talked about Hilda DC and a few of our other moderators, or at least a couple of them, was here in this live stream. I Am Betty J Gathers, the conversation can go anywhere once she gets started, but she talks about healthy eating, healthy living, particularly living her best life over 60, even though all of her content can relate to just about everybody. And then Peter Dell, yeah, because I play those clips now, even the ones of myself saying the same things over and over, I can take a drink while I'm doing that. So I used to have like coffee mugs that I kept beside me, and I was drinking out of those, but now it's not necessary because I get breaks every, I get a 20-second break every 3 minutes here, or whatever it is. I Am Betty J Gathers has got shorts on the channel that have gotten into 10,000 and 12,000 views and beyond. Interesting to see a creator with so many shorts videos over 10,000 views, where it's all talking head videos. But I Am Betty J Gathers has been at that for a while as well. Healthy eating, healthy living, like I said, lately she was doing a lot of vlogging, taking us about her day, both indoors and outdoors, and giving us a chance to really get to know her. She's working on 2,600 subscribers right now, so I'm hoping we can push her a little bit farther towards that milestone. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Bella's Whisper Farmstead, Kristen is in the house, and Abandoned Exploring Mike's up on the screen. So I mentioned the idea of the stream boss. This creator dropped a super chat, so we put their channel on the screen right away. We always do that for super chatters and membership gifters as soon as those things happen, even though they're absolutely unnecessary. Always appreciated, of course. Abandoned Exploring Mike has done that countless times before. The stream boss is under my camera here. It's a feature that's included with Streamlabs Desktop. And what it does is every super chat, a membership, and highlighted milestone message knocks a little bit of life off of the stream boss. The last person to knock it out and take over gets some extra exposure. And Abandoned Exploring Mike has held that position before. And then, yeah, Peter Dell, I miss a lot that goes on in the chat, but it's 780 streams of practice that gets me as far as I can. And, of course, the moderators give us a lot of help. I think most people will understand very easily that these live streams couldn't be what they are if it wasn't for the help of our moderators, right? When we look at Abandoned Exploring Mike, they're doing a lot of different videos right now, so this is really interesting to see. Typically, this creator explores abandoned locations, and they are willing to head into some seriously deep, dark places at times for that. I'm just grabbing their latest video, putting that into my catch-up list. When we look at shorts on this channel, we see 2,800, 5,100 views and beyond, and then live streams on the channel as well, where they've done many of these up to about a year ago. We'll see if they're going to bring those back. I was thinking about channels like this, like Abandoned Exploring Mike, Huntophobia, and a few few others that do either paranormal investigations or explorations of abandoned locations, because we've got lots of channels that do this kind of similar content, let's just say, same genre or category, or at least ballpark. I was at a bookstore buying a couple of books for people for Christmas, actually. While I was looking through the books, they had this whole section that was for not just true crime, but literally explorations and things like that. Doesn't have to be haunted things, but maybe of that type. And when I was looking through the books, I was just like, window shopping and flipping through a few things. It was interesting to see that they have like, books that will say, 50 locations, 50 unknown locations, or interesting things to see that you didn't know about, and stuff like that. And it makes me think a simple Google search or hitting up ChatGPT and stuff like that might be able to uncover some areas that otherwise might not have come to mind so easily. So that's just an idea. And then abandoned exploring Mike, it's a huge category and genre, both on YouTube and outside, I see. AceFlaw1 is Andy. He's been with me about 5 years, actually. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days, and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay, because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. So AceFlaw1 is Andy. This is another creator that brings us travel content. He's been at this for many years. He's actually been a friend of mine for longer than Tuber Chats even existed as a channel. He was with me through all the Playlist Buddies experiments we did 5 years ago while we were getting ready to start this channel. So it's interesting to see that after all these years and 780 episodes of Tuber Chat, he's still coming around to support other creators. So Andy posts occasionally. It's all travel-based content here until we get into the shorts videos. These feature a little bit of variety, but these have now gotten into 1,700 views and beyond on one of them, which is great to see. AceFlaw1 is working on 5,400 subscribers now, which is great to see. And you can see from their videos, some of these have been here a while and done well, getting into 2,400 views, 2,800 views, for instance. So hopefully everybody will connect with Andy, AceFlaw1, and we'll spin the wheel. We'll get to another channel in a moment. It's time for me to add some more names to the wheel, so I'll do that in a second. Driving Daily is coming up. Right before we get to their channel, I'm going to play one more clip for today from our interview series. And again, these are videos that are listed in a playlist and as a podcast on the Tuber Chat channel. And the conversations go anywhere from an hour to 2 hours long in an interview style where I ask the creators their opinion without adding a lot of my own. I'll talk about them again in a second here before I play them. And then, oh, that's really cool. Create and relate. I see what you're saying. And then, yeah, Peter Dell, I mean, AI can be looked at in a few different ways. I'm experimenting with a lot of it now. I think if AI and those systems are used to enhance the things that we're making, then it can be a positive influence, right? Or something that can save us time and things like that. But there's a million ways to look at that. And it's so young now. AI is moving very quickly, but it's so... it's got years it's going to need to mature and get better and, things like that. YouTube makes us, by the way, everybody who's using any AI at all, you may have to declare that you're using it in your videos under certain circumstances. There's new checkboxes to look at under your description and everything, so you just want to keep that in mind. Face the Ace, back in the house, so thank you for coming back in. And then... like I said, we're going to play a clip from this interview series. We'll get right back. We'll go for 3.5 minutes afterwards. All of these creators are longtime friends of ours. All of them have long passed their 10,000 subscribers. So, Edna, thank you for all of this. You mentioned comments earlier quickly, and that's one of the things that comes up in every interview. Of course, we're going to talk about likes, views, subs, and everything else, but comments are a very important part of our interaction with our audience. So, what can you tell us in your experience of 8 years now about how to entice more comments on your video shorts and streams?
I can't remember who told me this, but years ago somebody told me, I think I was watching like somebody that I always watched, and one of the things that they said to grow your channel was to always give your audience a job to do.
Okay.
Always give them a call to action, because that's going to keep the people engaged. So if I'm talking about cruising, you know, and then you just kind of have to know how to just ease it into your sentence. So it's like, you know, thanks for watching. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. But then also, if I'm talking about a specific thing, like the slot pool, I'll say, you know, have you ever participated in a slot pool? Leave a comment, let me know. And say that. And it's like you're just saying it so naturally that people aren't even realizing that you're making them be engaged, because now they want to tell you their experience.
Yes.
The slot pool. If I'm doing regular life vlogs, like I'm notorious for not liking to try new things. So everybody's always trying to make me eat new foods, and I'm like, you know, have you ever eaten this? What did you put, you know, we have a big debate about grits. I don't know if you eat grits. You know, the sugar go on grits, sugar or salt. So that's always, you know, give people something to talk about, and they'll have to, you know, give you their experience. Another thing is to sort of have like an intro and an outro. If I'm doing a live stream or whatever, it's just like, hey guys, come in. If I'm doing a video, it's, you know, hey guys, happy whatever day it is. Happy Tuesday. Welcome back. If I'm doing a sit down video, then I say, you know, hey guys, you know, welcome back. Thank you for clicking this video. Because I feel like a sit down is so much different than a vlog. With the vlog is like me talking to my friends. Hey y'all, this is where we're going to Target today. Let's walk around Target. But if I'm sitting down, that means I'm doing something real specific. I'm only talking about what the topic is. So thank you for clicking this video, because thank you, you have an interest in this particular topic.
All right, we're just about back. We're going to look at driving daily. I watched a video from this creator the other day, but they've put out quite a few this week, so I'm just going to grab the latest one. I'll put that in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up with them. They talked about the idea of the channel in the last video that I watched. They started with a lot of drifting. A lot of people really like that. Here in the Superchat family, it's the first thing that people were noticing. I saw a few messages flying through the chat and this and that. They bring us to car shows as well. Once in a while, they do a little bit of different content, a little bit more variety. Now, Driving Daily gives us a great chance to get to know the creator behind the channel, and they're actually here with us frequently. But what I noticed in their video was a story about monetization that's really, really common, where they said, you know, they started the channel and weren't really thinking about monetization, but when it came up, it's something that can benefit the channel, obviously. And you know, a lot of people, different people have different ideas for how to use monetization to put back into the community and things like that, but it's something that they talk about there. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 11,000, 18,000, 35,000 views on a couple of these, and then live streams on the channel as well. So they've started to bring these out more and more. I mentioned it for a long time that they had one from a long time ago, and over the last month they've been, pardon me, bringing them out about once a week, even more often. So hopefully I'll catch you for one of those. We got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other, of course. I put quite a few names on the wheel. So Jesse Miller Unboxings and more, Hadgeways and Paranormal Poet have all been added. We'll get to as many channels as we can in the next half hour or so. Just Jason Keto and more is going to go live right after Tuber Chat today. He moved his live stream a little bit earlier so that we could raid in there, and he'll allow us to continue meeting friends and family members so we could do exactly what we're doing here while we talk about healthy eating and healthy living. Backyard Trucker just grabbed their membership again. Thank you for that, and I've got them on the wheel. We always put members on as soon as we see them in the chat. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. I'm not sure if I mentioned that Consume the Goodness was on the wheel, but they're there. Crafty Witch 232 still there, and Movie Tune Studios brand new to us today, so they're on there. But like I said, I'll move it as quick as I can. We'll get to as many channels as possible today. New Horizons Above and Beyond is another creator who's with us just about every single day, and they've got quite a bit of information on their About section. They update this frequently to let us know what to expect in their content and from their channel. They've just gone out for a Christmas light display, which is cool to see. These videos are obviously popular at this time of the year. Lots of people will be looking for those, so great that you got that out there. Shorts on this channel feature more variety, but it's all in line with their long form content. They've gotten into 1,600 and even 1,900 views on these, which is great to see. Hopefully everybody will connect with New Horizons Above and Beyond. We'd love to push them towards the 1,400 subscribers they're thinking about, and they're here with us for just about every stream. I know not everybody can be, but I always appreciate every moment everybody can spend. Consume the Goodness is coming up right now. They're another creator that's going to talk to us about healthy eating and healthy living, and I see Shanster Travels is in the house. It's good to see you here. A longtime friend. She's been with us well over a couple of years now, and thank you for the positive wishes for Christmas and New Year's, and then hopefully you're doing well as well. Let's look at Consume the Goodness. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And then It's D Bankrolls just asking if anybody has seen the new gift system involving gems and jewels on vertical live streams. Backyard Trucker might be the one to ask. He live streams almost every single day in vertical format. I haven't seen anybody with them yet, but I am usually on a computer, so I almost never see those. You would have to be on a phone to get them, I believe it's only on a phone, as YouTube's trying to get back some of the TikTok and Instagram audience, of course. I don't know why they're always following instead of leading the charge, but either way, this is their new thing. Consume the Goodness, like I said, is going to talk to us about healthy eating, healthy living. Tomorrow they've got a premiere coming up, actually, and a couple of shout outs there, which will be great. This creator posts frequently. I'm just going to grab their latest video from yesterday and put that into my catch-up list. They will also talk about encouragement, and they will do some keto carnivore meal ideas, along with faith-based motivation, mental health, some workouts as well. And Kendra's somebody who's here with us regularly. This is Consume the Goodness. She's got shorts on the channel that have gotten into 13,000, 25,000, 49,000 views on some of these, and then live streams on the channel as well. I gotta look at those. I think is it homemade pizza? Yeah. I don't watch videos while we stream, but I gotta see this after. Actually, I should make a point to... I'll show everybody a quick trick here. If you want to turn a short into a video that has all the regular controls, if you happen to use a computer all the time, you can go into the URL for the video and change this word shorts for the word watch, and you'll see what happens. It turns into a regular looking video. That just makes it easy to like save into a playlist or something like that. I'm going to put it into a special playlist here. I just want to see what you did with that. We're thinking about homemade pizza. I forget if it's New Year's Eve, Kristen said, or Christmas Day or something like that. Together we travel. Good to see you in the house. We're doing our Christmas dinner on Boxing Day, actually, in Canada, and I believe the UK and maybe Australia. We celebrate something called Boxing Day, which is the day after Christmas. I forget the origin, if it has any truth to do with the fact that everybody's taking back their Christmas gifts to the stores and things like that, but there's something to do with it. We could look it up. Live streams on the channel are here, and Kendra's on frequently. She's also collaborated with others. She was on Just Jason Keto and More's channel recently, and we're going to go and raid into his channel tonight, actually. He'll be on in another half hour. So hopefully everybody will connect with Consume the Goodness. This is obviously another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. I'll spin the wheel, and we'll get another channel coming up. Oh yeah, pizza's my favorite. I used to think that lasagna was my favorite food. It's like what I choose when it's time for special occasions and things like that. But I've had a lot more pizza in my life than I've had lasagna, so... I was going to get pizza today, actually. One of the reasons why I like pizza so much, I load it up. Like I usually don't worry about what deals they have. I know, like, Backyard Trucker will say meat lovers pizza, and I eat that too. All pizza. I'm lucky enough to eat almost everything. But when it comes to pizza, I load it like a meal. 5 toppings every time. There's usually pepperoni, tomato, mushroom, green pepper, and onion. Unless some of the restaurants don't have all that, or if we have an onion allergy or something like that. But I like it to be very abundant. And what I often order it for is the idea that you can eat some of it now and then some of it later. And I don't always heat it up either. I don't mind cold pizza out of the fridge. It's my favorite breakfast, I think, actually. And then spaghetti pizza. I'll bet there's a way to do that. Hatchways is up on the screen. This is a channel we were talking to earlier, because they were talking about the idea of trying to make some of the videos that appeal to a small audience appeal to a wider audience. And I was kind of just throwing ideas out there. Nothing really useful, to be honest with you, today. But it's interesting to see what the analytics might say and the different experiments somebody could do to try to get into a wider audience. Now, if you're meaning just for more views, that's one thing, because there's lots of tricks to getting more views. A lot of it takes a ton of work, right? Everything in life costs time or money, and you could throw money at stuff and get a bunch of views and this and that and make the channel go faster, or you can spend time if you have it. And a lot of this has to do with giving to others, right? So when, if you want 3 comments on your videos, you got to go leave 10. If you want 3 people to watch your videos, you got to go watch 10. It's just the way it is. But eventually, if you do enough of that, what happens is the support that you get back, not just from creators, but viewers as well, will be so overwhelming that you won't even be able to handle the traffic and comments and everything else that are coming into your channel, right? So Hedgeways is going to bring us travel. They do a great job of showing us what we can expect by making interesting thumbnails and titles that basically tell us exactly what to expect, which is great to see. I just watched this video. I ran this one, but I watched this one where they went through the market night tour, and this is really cool because, a lot of us will see night markets in larger cities around our areas, maybe small towns as well, and it's always interesting to see what other people are doing, the differences between what we've experienced and what we might see if we go somewhere else or look through somebody else's eyes like this. Hedgeways has got 1,300, 1,400, and 1,700 views, and this is a creator who's interacted with us very well, as a matter of fact, over the last many months, for which I'm grateful. Hedgeways has just been with us for what I think is 4, 5, or 6 months now, but always engaging in the chat. They're working on 2,700 subscribers, monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there, and they've got some live streams here as well. I thought I caught you yet. Well, I guess it's a couple months already. Wow, hopefully I'll catch you for another one of these again soon. They did a 7. Oh, these are loops, I guess, right? Yeah, hopefully I'll catch you for an outdoor live stream again. And then we'll see what you're up to. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Yeah, thank you for that, Create and Relate. So here's the thing. It's not really, it's no kind of a big deal on this channel. I like to experiment with all the different features, know how they work so that I can, either help others or give opinion and ideas for how to utilize things. But I'll show you an example. So I set up the Super Chat goal again today. I turned super stickers off on the channel. That might help a little bit. Now, here's a recommendation. You can set goals for all kinds of different things. I'm not going to do another one today, but what I had said was if we did 10 super chats in total today of any color at all, because you can select the different colors, you can select how many super chats you're aiming for, and if you get it within 30 minutes or an hour or 3 hours or whichever time you set here, you can tell people what you're going to do. YouTube gives us a button we can click and get inspiration for ideas. I had just said we'll do a Q&A where, maybe I'll go over something like ChatGPT and this and that. But that's just an idea. So what I want to recommend, though, and this is a point I hope to really hit home for a lot of creators. On Superchat, this channel, we will often get between 5 and 10 super chats in a stream. Occasionally there's more, occasionally there's less, but it usually falls somewhere in that realm. Now, I try not to solicit them ever. The idea, of course, is that it's unnecessary, always appreciated though. But with the idea of the goals, it's really just to experiment it with it and see how it works. Now, because TuberChat often gets 10 super chats, it's not unreasonable to say I'll set the goal at 10 because we'll probably hit it sometimes. Right? It might entice a couple of people by the time you get to 8 or 9 super chats. 1 or 2 people might hit it to get the next couple. And thank you for that, Backyard Trucker. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. It won't affect the goal for today, but we will put Backyard Trucker's channel up next, actually. The thing about super chats, though, I have seen many channels, and I know not everybody's got it yet. I thought that they did, but I was wrong. Not everybody has it. Apparently, it works on premieres. We saw one on Canadian Family Life. She drops premieres at 5 o'clock usually. She had one today, actually. I forgot to mention it while I had her channel up here. But those super chat goals, what I've seen from most creators is they've set them at 10 super chats, let's just say. Now, if you have live streams and you only usually get 2 or 3 super chats, or 1 or none at all, I would set the goal really low, because the idea is not that you're going to set a goal and all of a sudden people are going to give you 10 super chats every day. That's very unlikely. But what you can do is increase slowly over time and say, okay, in January, I would like to get to a point where I'm getting 5 super chats on every stream. Then in February, I would like to expand that to where I'm getting 10 super chats in every stream. And then maybe a month or 2 later, you might be at a level where you might be able to entice 20 super chats. Something like that. But trying to go from 0 to 10 is a far cry. Whereas trying to go from 1 or 2 to 5 is not that far, right? Not to mention, if you set goals that you know you're going to hit, like let's say your live streams typically get 4 or 5 super chats. If you set the goal at 5 and you hit it, you'll condition your audience to know, oh, we hit the goal, we hit the goal, we hit the goal. Because you got to remember, not everybody knows what these things are yet. Even as I'm explaining, I'm sure a couple people in the chat are hearing this for the first time. But this is a new feature that YouTube's added to try to entice more super chat activity. And you've got to condition the audience. You've got to educate your audience, especially viewers, right, about how these things work. A lot of people will want to participate in things. When people see that your goal is coming up, you notice YouTube also put a timer on it. In the last 5 minutes, the time winds down. And what they're hoping is that people are going to look at that and say, like, wait, what is this timer? Then when you look at the timer, you're going to be like, oh, if this guy gets 1 more super chat, he's going to do something. Let me hit the super chat. You might even find 2 or 3 people doing it at the same time. So these are just ideas. But, yeah, so my recommendation is for anybody that really does want to entice more super chats, there's a million different ways to do it. But one of the things you can do is try to increase them slowly, instead of all at once, because like I said, it just, turns out harder. I know I say the same thing over and over a million times, but you know what I mean. And then there you go. Yeah, so Backyard Trucker. A lot of people don't, start their YouTube channel for the purpose of making money, but monetization becomes an idea afterwards. And then sometimes we hear stories where creators think about ways they can utilize the monetization afterwards because it was unexpected in the beginning. I have seen almost 0 channels that have started, become monetized, and decided not to monetize the channel, like turn it all off because they just don't want it. Because if you did, let's say even if you didn't want memberships and super chats on the channel, YouTube's going to run ads on your videos anyway. If you're not taking your cut, YouTube's just taking all that money and doing whatever they want with it. Whereas if you did take a cut, you could do whatever you wanted with that money. Give it all away if you want. But these are just ideas, right? Crafty Witch 232 is up right now, and this is a creator that's got a really interesting combination on their channel. It's almost like a really cool mashup, something I haven't seen before. A combination of 3D printing and crochet at the same time. So when we look at this channel, they've just been with us for what I think is a couple months now. It's probably getting close. 260 subscribers, but they actually do a lot of different things, it says here. So cross-stitcher, crocheter, 3D print enthusiast, jewelry maker, perler beater, if I understand that right, and sewing ninja, which is great to see. I always like when people have fun in their descriptions, whether it's on YouTube or any other social platform. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 7,000, 13,000 views on one of them, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. I caught them the other day, last week. Hopefully I'll catch you for another one of these soon. We set notifications for everything we see, and we know that they'll be live actually later tonight in a few hours. So hopefully everybody will catch them and set that notification. And then Backyard Trucker is going to be coming up right now. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. And then I won't get into another speech, but just for the sake of saying, you know, when I think about YouTube, I just want everybody to get out of YouTube what they want to get out of it. That's the truth. I just, you know, want everybody to be happy, you know, and whatever all our different ideas, goals, or journeys, you know, we hope that they entail. I hope everybody gets what they want. When it comes to the idea of specifics, hopefully we can give some helpful information. I don't want to pretend I know everything or anything like that. I've been on YouTube 7 years now, but I learn every day. I have not built a channel to 100,000 subscribers yet, not even close actually, but I have run a few channels. I got obviously a couple going here, and Superchats doing just fine. The idea is for us to share ideas together here so that we can all make better decisions for our channels and our videos. And even though it may not feel like it, I promise you it is easier today than it was 7 years ago, just like it was easier for me than it was for those who came before me, right? It doesn't feel like it, but I promise you it is. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm just saying there are different technologies and things out there. This community didn't exist more than 4.5 years ago. Now it does. We have each other to help and get our channels moving, and there's a couple other ones like this as well. So Backyard Trucker is up on the screen right now. Thank you again, Andy, for another super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary. Very much appreciated always. When we look at what Backyard Trucker is doing, they're a self-employed small business truck driver. They got a premiere coming up. I got the notification on for that. That's actually going to be today, right after Tuber Chat, about a half an hour after. This creator's got a new video. Is this what somebody was saying? They were dying when you got into the rental. Andy might be a bigger guy than that car. And then this creator is going to post anything and everything that they find interesting for us to see in videos. They've actually got some shorts that have done really well with more variety and a lot of dash cam footage. 12,000, 13,000, 15,000 on some of these. And then live streams while they drive. They take us on the road. They're doing a lot of vertical live streaming. So this is what we were going to ask. Backyard Trucker, have you seen the gems and jewels? And forgive me if you already answered, because I asked about that earlier. Somebody in the chat, I can't remember who asked about it. If it was HD Bankroll, might have asked about that. And forgive me if I'm wrong, but we're just curious if anybody's seen that system yet in the Tuber Chat family. We're just, you know, it's another feature that YouTube's added to kind of compete with the TikTok and Instagram way of doing things. Backyard Trucker is monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there, and working on 1,900 subscribers. It's possible, consume the goodness. Yes, absolutely. And there's lots of different ways to monetize as well, right? If I think what a lot of that can come down to, just to add my own opinion on top of what you're mentioning there, is I think it can be clear if somebody's starting a YouTube channel for the purpose of making money or bringing in revenue, whereas, or a specific amount, like let's say money is needed, right? You can almost see that or feel that. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying it's possible. But what I have found is, at least in the channels that I run, instead of focusing on, you know, I want this much money or I hope this much money comes in, and I'm not just talking about me, I'm talking about like anybody whose channels I help with specifically, that the idea is not to be focused on amounts. We know they're going to come anyway. We had to start our channels at zero anyhow. Pardon the way I'm putting that, but just so that we could get some data to work with and say, okay, how many subscribers do we need to make, let's say, $100 a month? How many subscribers do we need to make $200 a month, and this and that? But I promise you, you will be very surprised to know that there are channels. It is very possible to have a channel with 5,000 subscribers, bringing in just as much money as a channel with 75,000 subscribers. It's also possible to have a channel with 10,000 subscribers that's barely bringing in 10% of what a channel with 5,000 subscribers is bringing in. So it really doesn't have to do with the subscriber numbers. It has to do with the perceived value that the channel brings to its audience, right? I'm not saying actual value, I'm saying perceived value, right? So these are just ideas. And then Yes, but I can tell you this, I also know what it's like, I promise you. Through my own life stories, I know how life-changing any amount of money can be. $20 a month, $50 a month, $100 a month. I know that it matters greatly. So these are just ideas. Paranormal Poets up on the screen right now. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. Pardon me, I know I've been screaming at the microphone again. I'm going to have no voice in about 10 minutes here. I'll get some more names onto the wheel in a second. We'll go for a break in 3.5 minutes after Paranormal Poet. I'll spin the wheel. We'll see who's coming up next. This creator really has an interesting voice. They let us know they're 24-year-old narrator, but if you can catch them, they don't just have to be narrating. Even when you catch them for a live stream, you'll get an idea. They do a great job of keeping up with the chat, and they've been really positive here in the chat. I don't always recognize every single thing that people say, meaning I don't respond to every positive thing that people say in the chat about the thank yous and, you know, how supportive the channel is and how supportive the community is and things like that. But I do see a lot more than I mention, and I do appreciate it all, of course. Paranormal Poet has been that kind of positive creator to say a lot of positive and encouraging things, but I know they're enjoying their time in this community as well. They're working on 3,200 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. They've got some shorts over here that have started to move into 300 and almost 400 views, and then they're posting frequently, actually. You can see that. They just put a video out yesterday. I think they might be chasing some watch hours here, but I haven't seen that one. I'll put that into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to stay caught up with them. And then Jesse Miller Unboxings and More is coming up next. So what we're going to do is go for a break. We're not going to play another clip for right now from our interview series. We've done 4 today. We'll go very quickly. We'll come back and get to as many channels as we can in the next 10 minutes. All right, we're just about back. We're going to look at Jesse Miller unboxings and more. I'm putting Bella's Whisper Farmstead onto the wheel. Fairbrick Studio came in a while ago, and I will get them onto the wheel as well. Just Jason Keto and More is going to be starting his live stream momentarily. But what we'll do is keep this live stream running for an extra 3 minutes at the end so that everybody can clean up their connections here. I dropped the link to Jason's live stream already. It's pinned so everybody can get there, and the chat's already running. Anybody can hop over anytime. I'll come over there for a few minutes as well. And everybody will be able to continue what we're doing here during his live chat while we talk about healthy eating and healthy living. So when we look at Jesse Miller unboxings and more, we see a longtime dear friend. She's been with us over 4 years. She's got a premiere coming up tomorrow, actually, and this creator is going to do unboxings and more, like she says. She's expanded the content on her channel over the last many years. She started with a lot of unboxing videos. Some of those are subscription services. We've seen subscriptions for just about everything under the sun. There could be crafts, there could be clothes, there could be snacks, there could be jewelry, and all kinds of different things. Jesse Miller Unboxings and More will mix up all kinds of different haul and unboxing videos on her channel. Then she shows us what she does with the different, especially crafting supplies that she gets, with a lot of journaling, a lot of collages. She's got something like that coming up tomorrow, so that'll be interesting to see. Jesse Miller Unboxings and More has shorts on the channel that feature a lot of the things she finds in her unboxing videos. There's the jewelry, there's the snacks, there's some stationery, there's some bath and beauty products, and much more, and then live streams on the channel. So she does these once every month or two. She's probably due for one in the new year. We'll keep our notification bell on, and that's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other, but we set the notification for tomorrow's premiere as well, and hopefully catch that also. Jeremy D-Day, good to see you here. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. A bit of a glitch with our wheel there, an empty space. I think that might be the first time that's happened. And then Bill's Whisper Farmstead Kristen is coming up right now. This creator is going to bring us homesteading on a budget, and actually, and I always forget to mention, by the way, Jesse Miller Unboxings and More is monetized with Super Chat, Super Stickers, and Super Thanks available to support her with. Bella's Whisper Farmstead is up on the screen as well right now. And yes, this creator is also monetized. Super Chat, Super Sticker, Super Thanks to support them with. When we look at Bella's Whisper Farmstead, we see a creator, like I said, they're going to bring us homesteading on a budget. They have recently updated their banner, and they give us a lot of information on their About section. So Mike and Kristen together, you'll often see them together. They share the camera work. Once in a while, Mike will do his own video. He's always there for the taste tests after the recipes. I've noticed that lately. But Bella's Whisper Farmstead has got almost 2,400 subscribers. They'll be there soon. We'd love to push them a little bit closer. They do a really great job of planning their videos and then executing by giving us really informative videos while entertaining at the same time, if that makes any sense. What Kristen has been doing lately is a few recipes, and these I like for the same reason I talked about Just Jason Keto and More's recipes earlier. Only a few ingredients, really easy and simple to make. And in both cases, this water pie, I haven't seen the vinegar pie. I'm going to put that in my ketchup list right now. The water pie video and this latest 4-ingredient cookies, which they made with, is that Cool Whip? Was it Cool Whip that you made that with? It wasn't sour cream, right? It was Cool Whip and cake mix, which I couldn't believe. But you understand just by looking at the video what those cookies are going to taste like. But in both cases, they said they came out better than they expected, which is really cool to see. And I've never seen something like this before, but Kristen lets us know this is like a Depression era recipe. So a lot of consideration goes on behind the scenes on this channel. Now, she takes us outdoors as well. A lot of shorts in line with the long form content here. They've gotten into 2,700 and 3,400 views and beyond, and then live streams on the channel as well. These are occasional, but Kristen might take us down by the water, by the fire, and we'll look forward to more. We've got the notification bell on for every channel, of course, like I keep saying. We'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen in a second. I put Jeremy D-Day on the wheel. Fairbrick Studios coming up right now. And we'll see what they've got going on, and I'll drop the link for Just Jason Keto and More's live stream again. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Henry Leslie Vermont is on the wheel. Fairbrick Studio is up right now. This creator is somebody who started with Lego stop motion videos, and they've done a lot of video gameplay too. Lately they've been doing a lot of Christmas animations, and I'm sure this is you know, in the pursuit of watch hours. Let me just have a look at the latest one here. And yeah, I'll give you your thumbs up right now. So this creator's really mixing things up. They've got a lot of Lego video gameplay as well, and they're mixing up a few more animations on the channel. When we look at shorts over here, we see that some of the video gameplay for a mobile game has done really well. 28,000, 30,000, 69,000 views. And then Fairbrick Studios obviously growing really fast as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with them. Fairbrick Studios has been another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, and they've been with us for what I think is a couple of years now. I think they've been with us 2 years, if I'm not mistaken. They got me playing a game on a tablet, a Lego tower game, actually, for a while. And then, yeah, oh, Cool Whip, yes, it was. Why was I thinking mayonnaise or sour cream? What on earth could I have been thinking when I was watching it? But that makes sense. Yes, Cool Whip. Wow. Jeremy D-Day is up on the screen right now. And this is a longtime friend. He's got a couple of channels, actually. Jeremy D-Day is typically going to do a lot of reviews. He's got a few shorts and vlogs, a lot of music. This creator gets involved with a little bit of outdoor content. He posts fairly frequently. He's got a couple of premieres coming up this week, which will be interesting to see. Christmas lights in Wisconsin. Jeremy D-Day's got shorts over here that have moved into 27,000, 68,000 views on a couple of them, which is great. Live streams are occasional, more of an experiment than anything, but he's been doing a few vertical live streams. Hopefully I'll catch you for one of these. I haven't caught one yet. And then JD Night 7. Now this creator's actually been with me for about 5 years. Jeremy D-Day is one of the first creators that I met under the channel JD Night 7. That inspired the idea of the Superchat channel, because so many of Jeremy's friends, along with himself, were willing to support each other so much. I was overwhelmed by everybody's generosity and inspired to start what would have been another growth stream channel, but with the focus being on friendships, which is what we're doing here and have been for the last 4.5 years. Jeremy D-Day's been here the whole time, and this creator is doing a lot more music reviews on this channel lately. He's mixed up the content over the years. He's got a few shorts that have gotten into 357,000 and 613,000 views, which is great. And then live streams have been an experiment over there as well. Hopefully everybody will connect with Jeremy D-Day and JD Night 7. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Henry Leslie Vermont is going to bring us a lot of wildlife in trail cam footage on this channel. I'm just going to grab the latest Friday the 13th video here. I'm going to put that into my catch-up list. When we dig through the content, you get an idea of what I'm talking about through some of the thumbnails and rollovers. All outdoor content. They've got shorts on the channel as well. I run into Henry Leslie Vermont frequently supporting other creators. You know, and I say that kind of thing often just to recognize it so you get the idea of how much support you can expect back from creators like this. 4,500, 4,800, 6,400 views on one of these shorts, and a lot of winter weather and a couple of these live streams that look more like experiments than anything. We'll see if they're going to bring them back. It's been a year, and Henry Leslie Vermont is here with us frequently as well, and a longtime friend now for at least a couple years. It could be 3 years, maybe even longer by now. 459 subscribers. We'd love to push them towards the 500 they're thinking about. We'll spin the wheel just for fun, but we know that a brand new channel is coming up right now. MovieToon Studio is here for the first time. We'll talk about their channel and their content in a second, but thank you everybody for the time that you spent today. I really do appreciate every moment everybody can be here. I know not everybody can be in every single stream that we do, and certainly not for 3 hours every time we stream. So I do appreciate every moment. And then I'm going to drop the link for Just Jason Keto and More's live stream. It's on right now. I'll be over there in a few minutes. We'll leave this live stream running for a few more minutes. And thank you to our moderators. I know I said it before, but I'm sure everybody could agree. Our live streams wouldn't be able to be what they are if it wasn't for their help. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. We'll be back on Saturday. MovieToon Studios, brand new. Now, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but I see you've got a video here. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to, or pardon me, watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list and I'll watch that video. I'll give you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video, a thumbs up as well. I'll put your notification bell on after I subscribe, and that should keep our connection, it should help our connection stick, and then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well so you don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here at least 3 times a week. We mix up the days and times so we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. I see you got some shorts here that have already moved. One over 4,000 views, which is great to see. So thanks everyone. We'll make a quick exit. We'll head over to Just Jason Keto and More's, and I'll see you there. Thanks everyone. Bye-bye.